Rural King, Seed Solutions, Stewart and Carroll, and Templeton. Again, we appreciate our family of sponsors that help make harness racing possible at the Edgar County Fair. When you purchased your track program this evening, you should have received a Pick a Winner entry form, and there will be ushers passing through the stands before each race tonight to collect those entries. All you have to do is make sure that you notify the ushers you've got a Pick a Winner entry that you want to toss into the bucket. They will collect them all, and then there will be a name drawn. If you pick the right horse, if you pick the horse that ends up winning the given race, any number of prizes will be offered throughout the course of the evening, and all you have to do, if we call your name as one of the winners in the Pick a Winner contest, your prizes will be available at the tent located immediately south of the grandstand. So that should be a lot of fun. And coming up at the end of the evening tonight, there will be special cash awards, drawings in the stands for $100 apiece. We will have several of those, and also a special prize going to the oldest veteran in attendance here tonight. So a lot will be happening, and of course 13 races over this historic half-mile track. Great to have you with us. In just a moment, we will take a look at the early changes for this evening's card. This will be stop number 12 on the year for the statewide Illinois County Fair Harness Racing Circuit. Number 12 of the 28 fairs across the state this summer that are offering harness racing. As always, Mary Lou Wright, our speed superintendent and our fair board president. I know she's always glad to look up in the stands and see our race fans filing in as we get set to go racing here coming up at the top of the hour. Post time is just 25 minutes away. We'll take a look soon at the early scratches and driver changes.
I tried unplugging Hollyland or the 4 and it didn't do anything.
Is that Lisa's?
No,
or
it's
is that
the
Ben?
car.
Yeah, that's the car. I think. Maybe not.
No, that's her. No, she's not up.
She's not up.
Yeah, because I'm 98% sure that's the car now that you say that.
Let me go wave.
Listen, I can go wait if you need me to.
As we look at the upcoming racing schedule for Illinois County Fair Harness Racing Horsemen, this reminder, the Logan County Fair at Lincoln. They have consolidated what originally had been 2 days of racing into a single program. So they will go racing Sunday, August 2nd. Sunday, August 2. Please note the post time has been changed to 12 noon. All of the ISA and top line races will be held on Sunday, August 2nd. The non-stakes races, the overnights that were listed in the Illinois Department of Agriculture Stakes Guide, those have been canceled. So it will be strictly the ISA and the top line, and again, 1 day only, Sunday, August 2nd at the Logan County Fair at Lincoln. Post time will be 12 noon. Once again, Pick a Winner returns, and the Pick a Winner ushers are working their way through the grandstand. You've probably seen them carrying the brightly colored fluorescent green buckets. They have the entry forms with them. So instead of the track program having the entry form, all you have to do is get the attention of one of our Pick a Winner ushers. They will hand you an envelope that will have the Pick a Winner entry form in it, and you can proceed from there. And again, pick a winner after each and every race this evening, and a number of special cash drawings at the end of the night, and we'll also recognize the oldest veteran in attendance. Let's take a look at the early program changes. Speaking of Pick a Winner, you will want to be aware of the scratches and driver changes on tonight's card beginning in the first race. Not a lot of changes, but there are a couple right off the bat in the first event. In the opener, number 1, Say It Nicely, the driver Jordan Patton. That's in the first race. Number 1, Say It Nicely, Jordan Patton will be the driver. And that means Freddie Patton Jr. will drive the 2, Dashing Val. Number 2, Dashing Val, Freddie Patton Jr. will be the driver. In the second race, driver change on the 2, Skunkalicious, Jordan Patton. Second race, number 2, Skunkalicious, make the driver Jordan Patton. No changes in race 3, no changes in race 4. Looking ahead to race 5. In race 5, the driver of the 4, Bills Are Due Lou, is Jordan Patton. That's race 5, number 4, Bills Are Due Lou, the driver Jordan Patton. No changes in races 6, 7, or 8. Looking to the 9th event. In race 9, scratch the 3, Gothic Thunder. Race 9, scratch the 3, Gothic Thunder, scratched because he is sick. No changes in races 10, 11, 12, or 13. Those are the current program changes. Right now we are 12 minutes from post time for our first race. Right off the bat this evening in the opener, Edgar County's own Matt Avenatti, he comes into this first race tonight as the driver of number 3, D Should Do, and he is currently on the longest winning streak of his career as a harness horse driver. He has won with each of his last 4 mounts. It started with the last race of the day on Sunday, July 12th at the Marshall Putnam Fair. He got a win there. Then he went last Thursday to the Menard County Fair at Petersburg, and there he goes right now. There's Matt heading past the stands, headed to the first turn. Matt had 3 drives at Petersburg on Thursday afternoon, and he won with all 3. So he has won each of his last 4 starts, and that is the longest. He's had several 3-race winning streaks in his career. He is right now on the first ever 4-race winning streak of his career, and he hopes to extend that in the opening race here this evening. Already it's been a big day here at the fairgrounds. Earlier today, the barn on the backstretch, which was built back in 2024 and is one of the finest racehorse barns on the county fair circuit here in Illinois, it was dedicated in honor of our own Mary Lou Wright. Sign was hung in the barn high above the aisleway that declares it the Mary Lou Wright Barn, and Mary Lou right now is trackside, and she is busy getting those blankets lined up. And she just threw her hands up, and yeah, she's got a lot going on down there. But Brenda Watson alongside from Fairfield assisting. But wonderful honor. Mary Lou, of course, has been our fair president for many years, our speed superintendent for over 50 years, and that was a wonderful ceremony earlier this morning. A little bit of haze from the Canadian wildfires that continue to seep across the United States of America, but still a fine summer evening to go racing here at the Edgar County Fair, a fair that dates well back into the 19th century. Before we have our pre-race ceremonies, it's always fun to be joined by our royalty at the Edgar County Fair. Of course, the Queen pageant was held last night, and let's hear from our newly crowned Queen right now.
Well, good evening, Edgar County. My name is Brianna Reese, and I'm your 2026 Miss Edgar County Fair Queen, and I just wanted to take the time to welcome you guys to the fair. And Ari wants to say hi.
Hi, my name is Ari Gribble.
And I'm the 2026
I'm the 2026 Little Miss Edgar County Fair.
And we would like to welcome you guys to the fair.
And thank you both. How about a hand for our newly crowned royalty at the Edgar County Fair, folks? It is great to have Brianna and Ari with us here, and they will be coming trackside soon to congratulate the winning connections in our harness races. And again, a big card lined up tonight, 13 races set to go. A lot will be happening this evening, folks. Later on, you're going to see the fastest harness horse ever in the Illinois Standardbred Association series. Now, the ISA just began last season, so we are just now about midway into the second season of the ISA. But a horse by the name of Incredible Stevie comes into tonight's program off a winning mile in 1:55.2 at the Menard County Fair at Petersburg. That was on Thursday afternoon, the fastest ISA mile ever. And Incredible Stevie will go to the post later tonight in race 9. Talked about Matt Avenatti a moment ago. He and his wife Kelly, they have a senior citizen racehorse as age goes in this business. They've got a 10-year-old trotter named Frontier Maynard who will go to the post late in the card tonight. Maynard is 10 years old. He returned to the races in the spring after a 2.5-year layoff, and he already has racked up 3 wins, and he will look for another one here tonight. Again, at the ripe old age of 10, and that trotter just keeps racing well, and he is being managed very well. Live coverage tonight. The live stream will be offered on Harness Tube, so all you have to do to follow the live stream, the entire card will be broadcast tonight by our friends at Harness Tube. Just go to harnesstube.com. You can also go to youtube.com and enter Harness Tube in the search field to find their channel. You can also find information on their Facebook page, facebook.com, and enter Harness Tube in the search field. It'll be David Brink and Steve Surratt co-anchoring the live stream, and it'll be Lisa Surratt who is the video technician, and it's great to have them back with us again this year at the Edgar County Fair. Horsemen, you may come to the track with our first race. We are 7 minutes from post time, so horsemen, you may come to the track with our first event. The Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly Pace, Say It Nicely with Jordan Patton to drive, Dashing Val with Freddie Patton Jr., and number 3, D Should Do, a 5-time winner already this year, and D Should Do will have Matt Avenatti in the race bike. Our pre-race ceremony is coming up in just a moment.
I got 7 minutes. That ain't close to me.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 164th edition of the Edgar County Fair. Fair that dates back to 1861. We welcome you on behalf of Board President and Superintendent of Speed, Mary Lou Wright. We also welcome you on behalf of Mark Walker, the President of the Illinois Standardbred Association, and the first Vice President as well, Mr. George Pollock, who happens to have a horse racing here later this evening. Great to have you with us. Pick a Winner is back. The racing is back. We are just about set to go. But first, our pre-race ceremonies, we ask that you would please rise as you are able for our national anthem. The Lee Greenwood version of our national anthem. Thank you, folks. One and all, we are just about set to go racing here tonight at the Edgar County Fair. A reminder, the Pick a Winner prize list for race one. The first race tonight, here's what the winner will receive. And again, if you need a Pick a Winner entry form, all you need to do is get the attention of one of our ushers carrying one of the fluorescent green buckets through the grandstand. They will hand you an envelope with an entry form for the Pick a Winner contest this evening. And if you choose the right horse, if you choose the horse that ends up winning the race and you hear us call your name on the PA, you will win for the first race a Prospect Bank basket with $20 Betty Jane's gift card. Prospect Bank basket with $20 Betty Jane's gift card. That will be the prize for Pick a Winner for this evening's first race. And again, if you hear us call your name and if we announce that you have won in the Pick a Winner contest, all you have to do to get your prize is just go down to the tent located immediately south, the turn one end of the grandstand. More in just a moment.
All right, David, we'll come back up until Kurt comes back. Nice shot of the barn there, but we're going to talk about this first race. Looks like everybody, including our
guest analyst today, we have Lane Avenatti doing some picking for us, so it'll be fun to see how he actually scores in the real system.
So everybody's the same on this, picking that 3 horse.
Yeah, there won't be much separation made this first race. We'll all get the same amount of points, it looks like.
Please note, contrary to the earlier announcement, it will be Freddie Patton Jr. on number 1, Say It Nicely, as originally programmed. So Freddie stays on the 1. Jordan Patton will drive number 2. Mr. Patton, we're going to blame Jordan for that. Freddie just flashed a smile. Of course, Jordan is Freddie's son. And Jordan contacted the officials about 20 minutes ago, and he said, I think I'm going to drive number 1. But as it turns out, it'll be Freddie. His dad will actually drive the 1 as originally scheduled. So Jordan Patton will drive number 2. And there's Jordan. Hello, Jordan Patton, as he makes his way past the grandstand in the race bike with number 2, Dashing Val. Also, the post parades this evening will gather at the top of the home stretch. They will parade from north to south past the grandstand, head on down to the south turn, over to the back stretch, and go right to the starting gate.
Well, David, people are probably wondering why we haven't been on the air. We've been hustling and bustling around.
Yeah.
David working, so therefore he wasn't able to get here till after 3:30 today.
It was almost 3:45 when I rolled in. It's almost 4 hours over here.
Lisa and I got here fairly early, but we've had a mini obstacle today that we're working with, and here's our call to the post. We'll go back to Kurt Becker.
Horses are on the track for the first of our 13 races. The Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly Pace for a purse of $2,539. Jordan Patton, your driver for the 2, Dashing Val. Number 3, D Should Do, the only former winner in the lineup, and she's won a lot. She has won 5 of her 6 races, and in fact, she is just a half length from being unbeaten. She got caught in the shadow of the wire on July 2nd on the big 1-mile track at the Illinois State Fairgrounds at the annual Illinois Department of Agriculture Summer Preview. And if not for that half-length loss, she would be a perfect 6-4-6.
Okay, thank you.
Well, folks from the Would You Believe It department. So here's the situation. We think now we have it figured out in the first race. In the first race, here's what's happened. It will be Jordan Patton on number 1, and it will be Freddie Patton Jr. on the 2. Here's why the confusion. Mr. Patton, Freddie Patton Jr., just told the starter to relay word. He said, "I apologize." He said, we got the saddle pads reversed. So we appreciate it. And it makes the rest of us feel better. If an Illinois Hall of Famer can have an oversight like that, then that makes the rest of us breathe a little easier. So Freddie, we will not hold that against you. We understand. He's giving us a big wave over from the backstretch, and there he is now on Dashing Val. And again, it'll be Jordan Patton on number 1. Say it nicely. So as we get set to go here at the Edgar County Fair, track conditioning is wrapping up. Got the water wagon going past the front stretch, headed down to the south turn right now, and then the post parade is going to form up over at the north end of the track. Will Matt Avenatti keep his personal record intact? Again, he comes into this opening race tonight having won each of his last 4 races. The last 4 times he's driven in a harness race, he has won all 4. Again, once on Sunday, July 12, in the final race of the day at the Marshall Putnam Fair at Henry. And then he went 3 for 3 on Thursday afternoon at the Menard County Fair at Petersburg. He's had a lot of three-race winning streaks in his lifetime. This is the first time he's ever had a winning streak of 4 races. So we'll see if he can continue to build on that. You know he would love to, especially here at his home fair, as he is a native of Edgar County. Well, let's meet the starters. Number 1, Say It Nicely, owned by Elizabeth and Evelyn Radel of Edgewood, trained by Freddie Patton Jr., Jordan Patton in the bike. Number 2, Dashing Val, is owned by Evelyn and Elizabeth Radel, trained and driven by Freddie Patton Jr. And number 3, D Should Do, owned by Kelly and Matt Avenatti of Chrisman, and who spend part of their time, of course, in Kelly's hometown as well, of Windsor, trained by Matt Avenatti. And there's Matt in the race bike going by the stands looking for his 5th consecutive victory. And D Should Do is a filly hoping to win for the 6th time overall in her career. Good to have you with us. We'll be ready to go in just a moment. Our presiding judge is Mr. Randy Callahan of Greenup, Illinois. He has just picked up the two-way radio, and he has relayed word. The track is yours, Stacy. It is all yours. Of course, Stacy DeRoos is our official starter. Starting gates positioned over on the backstretch near that newly christened Mary Lou Wright barn. And now starter Stacy DeRoos picks up this field of pacing fillies. Stacy's son Aaron is the driver of the gate. They are at the post, and the gate is rolling. Again, the first pick-a-winner prize of the evening, Prospect Bank basket with $20 Betty Jane's gift card. Thanks to all of our sponsors for the harness racing program, as always. Over on the north turn, getting ready to go here in the first of our 13 races. Got two horses owned in Effingham County, and you've got D Should Do, which has representation in both Edgar County and Shelby County. Here they come. First race. Often pacing, a beautiful start, and there goes Say It Nicely. Say It Nicely out for the lead. D Should Do is right there to the outside, though, and comes up to challenge for the lead as Dashing Val will back away into the third position, still side by side for the lead. Around the first turn, D Should Do from the outside, right alongside of Say It Nicely, who saves the ground around the first turn, and that played a role in her maintaining the lead by a neck. But now that they've straightened down on the backstretch, there goes D Should Do, and she is up to take the lead, only by a neck, though. Still got Say It Nicely to the inside. And the opening quarter, 30 seconds flat. That's a good solid pace for these two-year-old pacing fillies. 30 seconds flat. And as a result, now Matt Avenatti taps the brake pedal, and he has decided, if I can't clear this early pace setter, I will just let my filly have a breather around that north turn and draft in behind the leader. So you've got Say It Nicely on top by just a length. You've got D Should Do a close second, then a gap of a half dozen more lengths or so back to Dashing Val. Halfway home in this opening race on the card, they head back toward the south end of the track.
1 minute.
A minute flat, so evenly rated quarters of 30 seconds apiece, a minute flat the time for the first half mile. Say It Nicely has the lead by 2 lengths around the south turn, and D Should Do is still racing along in that second position. Dashing Val is third, and here comes Matt Avenatti to the outside with D Should Do, and she is geared up, and she is taking over this race, folks. It is D Should Do who's got the lead with a quarter mile to go. She's cleared with the lead by 2, by 3, and she is well on her way to the winner's circle after the 3/4 mile mark, as Say It Nicely is now in second position. It is starting to fade into the rear view mirror for race leader D Should Do. 1:33 and 1 the time at the 3/4, 1:33 and 1/5. It is D Should Do. This filly's going to get win number 6. Matt Avenatti keeps the string going. 5 consecutive wins for your driver, Matt Avenatti, stretching back to July 12th. Here's Matt with D Should Do, your winner of race 1. So D Should Do opened up in the stretch, and she won it by some 8 lengths. It was Say It Nicely who set a torrid pace and finished second, and then another gap behind her of about 15 lengths or so back to Dashing Val in third. Time for the mile, 2:05 and 4. 2:05 and 4/5 of a second. We'll meet the winner in just a moment. Horseman, you may come to the track with race 2.
Well, David, we all look smart this first race today.
When it rains, it pours. Yeah, we all got that one right. Trifecta all the way top to bottom. 87 points across the board.
And we'll get the camera straightened out.
Yep.
Different starter card today, so
Different mounting, different
yeah.
cords, different length, and
all that stuff. So, yeah, we've got to get that figured out. But, yeah, everybody comes out. A 3-horse race, which is easier to pick, as we all know. Because I do really well in the 3
everyone
and the
should
4.
got at least 30 in that one, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
absolutely. Absolutely. So that's the way we're starting out today. We'll get our commercials and stuff in here after the winner's circle. But, again, talking a different setup in a different place. Even though we've been here a couple of times, David, we've never done the starter car here.
Right.
And they brought a different starter car today, which adds to things. But each track, as we've said before, is unique, and our setup is unique also. And so we hope here shortly we've got all the kinks worked out for you. Hope everybody is enjoying the the program here today. And
Speaking of our fans out there, let's take a moment while we're waiting on Matt to come back. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr.
First
Kelsey
race tonight will be the
Merriman
Barney
down in
Colvin
Mississippi.
Memorial.
Longtime horseman, used to race up here.
Barney was a member of
20-some
American
years.
Legion Post 211, VFW Post 3601, Army Sergeant during the Second World War. And here comes our queen and her court to help Brenda Watson with the presentation. Jessica Bruner is our trackside winner's circle photographer. She is also our photo finish technician, and she is based in Casey. And race 1 is official. Thanks to our presiding judge, he has just passed along that word, so you're looking at the official winner. This has been quite a year for Matt and Kelly Avenatti. Of course, Kelly, the former Kelly Bell, as they welcomed their first child into the world on June 4th, Veronica Jean, known as Ronnie Jean Avenatti. I don't think she's missed many of her dad's races. In fact, I think she's been here for her papa's every race since she was born. How about a hand for the winner of race 1, Dee Shadu? There's the Barney Colvin Memorial blanket, and it goes to a filly with local connections, Matt and Kelly. Matt, of course, a native of Edgar County here at, not far from here at Chrisman, and Kelly, a native of Shelby County at Windsor. Malin Mass bred this $3,000 purchase at the auctions last Labor Day. Winning filly by Captain Trevor out of Hoosier Ricky by Shady Shark Hanover. And also trackside to assist with the presentation this evening. And we will see these young ladies throughout the course of the night here at the races. Queen Brianna Reese of Hume, our newly crowned Miss Edgar County, and our little Miss Ari Groover. Matt, congratulations, and Kelly, and Ronnie Jean. Pick a winner. Keith Denham, you're the winner. In our first Pick a Winner draw, Keith Denham, you have won the Prospect Bank basket with the $20 Betty Jane's gift card. You may claim your prize at the tent located just south of the grandstand. Of course, Keith comes from a racing family where he grew up in a standardbred family on his father's side and thoroughbred family on his mother's side. And so Keith Denham has all the bases covered. Good to have him with us. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for the first race. Say It Nicely, the runner-up, Dashing Val, finished third, and Dee Shadu, the winner. The opening quarter in 30 seconds, the first half mile in a minute flat, 3/4, 1:33 and a fifth, and the time for the mile, 2:05 and 4/5 of a second. It reads down 2:3:1. And we are officially underway. Second race is on the way. In race 2, a reminder, the driver of number 2, Skunkalicious, Jordan Patton. Skunkalicious, number 2, Jordan Patton will be the driver. Horseman, you may come to the track. What a showdown here, folks. You have got Dream On Some Star, who set a track record at Knoxville a few weeks ago. You've got Still Rock and Roll to Me, who's a winner this year at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in 1:56 and a fraction. You've got Fred Red Summer, who's won 4 of his 5 starts. And the other 2 have both hit the board but are looking for a first career victory. So a good matchup here in race 2.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at KerrAuction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out KerrAuction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands, prices you love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home. Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Post for race 2, $2,789 the purse, 5-horse race, 50% of the purse to the winner, 25% for second, 12% for third, 8% for fourth, 5% for the fifth place finisher. Number 1, Still Rock and Roll, to me, is owned by Paula and Joel Smith of Springfield, Lucas Smith, their grandson of Lincoln, David Jenks of Fort Wayne, Indiana, trained by Amanda Van Winkle and her dad, Joel Smith, making his first visit ever to the Edgar County Fair. Joel in the race bike. 2 is Skunkalicious, owned by Jill Brown of Charleston. She's the trainer. Owned also by Olivia Thaley of Charleston. It will be Jordan Patton in the bike. 3 is Dream on Some Star, with that track record performance a few weeks ago at the Knox County Fair in Knoxville, owned by the Ham Family Trust of Willis Ham of Moberly, Missouri, trained by Nelson Willis, the driver Juan Franco. 4 is Fred Dread Summer, owned by Tegan Sage Racing of Jeff, Tyler Tetrick of Jeff, trained by Clark Fairley, and Clark is in the race bike. And number 5 is Roll D Dice, owned by Ron and D. Phillips of Athens, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, and Dietrich Kelly of Canton, Mississippi. Jamaica Patton both trains and drives. Number 5, Roll D Dice. First visit ever to the Edgar County Fair for Juan Franco, the driver of number 3, Dream on Some Star. And when Juan is not busy at the Midwestern Parimutuel tracks, he enjoys coming out to the county fairs. He's a native of Guatemala. He immigrated to the United States many years ago, and just a year or two ago, he took the test and took the oath to become officially a citizen of the United States. And we always say that when Juan is part of the program, he adds a bit of international flavor as we get set to go racing here in race 2. At the post, gates rolling. field over on the north turn. Lots of talented 2-year-olds in this race, 3 of which have already reached the winner's circle. One of the fastest Illinois-bred 2-year-olds on a mile track this year, number 1, Still Rock and Roll to Me. One of the fastest on a half-mile track, number 3, Dream on Some Star. Something's got to give. Here they come. Race 2. They are off and pacing. There goes Roll D Dice. So that's a pretty game move for a horse, one of the 2 that's not won a race yet. Jamaica Patton, his strategy is go right to the front. I'm going to make everybody else chase me. And I tell you, if you think about it, that's not a bad idea because Jamaica knows on the front end he's in control of his own destiny here. Open racetrack ahead of him. He's not going to get stuck in traffic, and he's going to make everyone else work to catch him. It is Roll D Dice. That is an authoritative move at the start. Jamaica Patton saying, I don't care how many races the rest of you have won, I am going for the lead. Come and catch me if you can. It is Dream on Some Star in the second position. 32-1 the time for the opening quarter. So there's another point. Jamaica with a controlled tempo here. Here comes Fred Red Summer up on the outside to challenge the leader. Now they're stride for stride. Fred Red Summer to the outside. Roll D Dice on the inside. Dream on Some Star is behind that pair. Fred Red Summer has taken the lead just before the half-mile mark. Leads it by a length. Roll D Dice is second, and then Dream on Some Star a close third. But then a gap of nearly 6 more lengths back to Skunkalicious, who is next to last, and Still Rock and Roll to Me trails 104-1 for the first half mile. 104-1. So the tempo is an honest tempo, but it was a controlled tempo, and that's why Clark Fairley made the move when he did. He knew he couldn't let Jamaica get away on the front end controlling the pace, but guess what? Here comes Juan Franco, folks. Juan Franco is moving up with Dream on Some Star to the outside. Now the tempo quickens. Fred Red Summer to the inside. Oh, Fred Red's off stride. Fred Red Summer made a break as they went by the 3/4. Off 3/4, 136 flat. 136 flat. Around the final turn, Dream on Some Star is the leader by a length. Roll D Dice is second. Now there's 2 lengths between them. Then a gap of 10 more lengths back to Fred Red Summer, who made that break right at the 3/4. Dream on Some Star is opening up in the stretch. Juan Franco in the bike. First visit to the Edgar County Fair, and Juan is a winner with Dream on Some Star. Opened up and won it by 4 lengths. It was Roll D Dice second. It was a gap of nearly 10 more back to Fred Red Summer third. A similar gap then to Still Rock and Roll to Me in fourth, and Skunkalicious fifth. 2:06-1 the time for the mile. 2:06 1/5 of a second. Number 3, Dream on Some Star, your winner. We'll meet the winner in a moment. Horseman, you may come to the track for the third race. This will be the Richard Weiss Memorial Blanket here in race number 2, and here's the winner. First visit ever to the Edgar County Fair for the driver, Mr. Juan Franco, and he comes home a winner. How about a hand for number 3, Dream On Superstar, some star.
Top down 4, 5, 1, 3, 2.
Okay. Thank you.
32 and 1. 104 and 1.
Okay.
136.
Okay.
206 and 1.
Thank you. Dream on Some Star moves in for the official presentation. Members of the Weiss family, our trackside, had a chance earlier this evening to catch up with Steve Weiss before we headed across to the infield. Of course, Dick Weiss, he attended this fair for something like 70 consecutive years, around 80 fairs total. He was a veteran who served in the U.S. Navy. I think that was the only time he missed the Edgar County Fair. And he was pretty darn good at picking a winner also, had a good eye for a horse. I think we've got maybe 4 generations of the Weiss family that have attended this fair over the years, and several joined us tonight. So Steve and the gang, thank you for being here, and we fondly remember Dick Weiss with the blanket in race number 2. Dream on Some Star, the winner, is a 2-year-old gelded son of the reigning Illinois Pacing Sire of the Year, Some Star Somewhere, and is out of the first dam. What If There's More by Cole Muffler, homebred for Willis Ham and the Ham Family Trust of Moberly, Missouri. Nelson Willis, Illinois Hall of Fame horseman Nelson Willis, the trainer. Now, he's not here on site this evening. He sent Juan Franco with the horse, and Juan came to race this horse this evening for Nelson. But we did talk to Nelson just a moment ago by phone, and Nelson Willis reminisced with us. He said, very early in my career, my brother Connell and I came up from our home in Kentucky, and we trained at the Edgar County Fairgrounds. He said this would have been like late 1950s. So he said, I've got a lot of fond memories of the Edgar County Fair and of that fairgrounds. He said, I remember training there very early in my career. And he said he's thinking this is probably the first time in maybe 40 years or so that he has had a horse race at the Edgar County Fair. So he sends his best, and he regrets he couldn't be here in person, but he wanted to pass along his regards to everyone at the Edgar County Fair. By the way, pick a winner, Josh Frank. Josh Frank, you have won the $20 Circle K gift card. Don't forget, there's also an NAL swag cup and a DQ treat. Of course, Dairy Queen just right across the street from the fairgrounds. So a reminder, Josh, you can pick up your prizes at the tent immediately south of the grandstand. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for race 2. Still Rock and Roll to Me finished 4. Skunkalicious 5. Dream on Some Star was the winner. Fred Red Summer finished 3. And Roll D Dice with a good effort was the runner-up. You got the quarter in 32 and 1. The first half mile was 104 and a fifth. 3/4 in 136 flat. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 1. Again, the quarter, 32 and 1. The half, 104 and 1. 3/4, 136. And the mile, 2:06 and a fifth. And it reads down 4:51.32. Third race is on the way. No changes in this third event. Good to see Tom Lasella trackside. Excellent photographer. And Tom, you take some great pictures, and you do a great job documenting the sport in Eastern Illinois, and we appreciate it. Always good to have you with us.
David, we'd like to thank our sponsors out there for sponsoring the broadcast that we've got on. And with what we do, we can't do it without the sponsors or the advertisers or the donors.
It's a team effort. It really is, and we appreciate everybody. We just picked up a couple new sponsors after the last fair, so we're excited to have them aboard. And like I said, it just helps keep the expenses paid for and keeps us rolling down the road.
And so, thank you to them. Check out the website, folks, on harnesstube.com, harnesstube.com. And so let's see the Flacco family up there. I thought Doc looked pretty good when we saw him up in Galesburg.
Yeah,
he's getting around pretty well.
It's nice when that Hall of Fame hits. It kind of gives you a nice little pep of life to you, doesn't it? But it's good to see the Flaccos both. Rick and Tabby did a great job, and Doc and Arlene looked in good health, like you said. Looked like they're doing pretty good.
And Eklund out there, is that one of our new sponsors, or they've been out there?
They've been around all year.
Okay, all right. With that, David, let's take a look at this next race and see if we can't figure some things out here on the program. It looks like you and Lisa picked the 3-horse along with Lane. I went against the odds. I bet on the 2-horse on Mound Station. I homered on this one with Mound Station. I think Mound Station is long overdue. And then Zion's Creation I picked in second, which you guys picked in first. Everybody but you picked the other horse, the 2-horse in second, Mound Station, but you pick GCR Mandy. And any thoughts there on that one?
Let Kurt go through the post parade, and I'll give you my thoughts.
Illini Classic will be taking place in October, specific date to be announced soon, and it will take place, as always, at the Illinois State Fairgrounds at Springfield. No changes in this third event. The 2-year-old filly trot for a purse of $2,426. We'll meet the starters in just a moment. GRC Mandy, number 1, the only former winner in the field, but the other two have a combined 10 top 3 finishes, just shy of a victory.
All right, David, let's talk about...
Yeah, I'll make my comments on GRC Mandy now. And Kurt kind of just summed me up pretty succinctly there. He talked about GRC Mandy winning back.
And here come the 2-year-old trotting fillies off the north turn to the top of the stretch. Number 1, GRC Mandy, a winner the last week of May at the Greene County Fair at Carrollton, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Daniels of Springfield. 2 is Mound Station, owned by Larry Longnecker of Sumner, trained by Darla Martin Lohman, her nephew Aaron Martin in the bike. Number 3, Zion's Miles Creation, owned by Cassandra Chandler of Terry, Mississippi, and John Derek Gibson, also of Terry, Mississippi, trained and driven by Freddie Patton Jr. These 3 head for the starting gate.
All right, David, you want to go ahead and finish?
Well, I just was saying how GRC Mandy has that win back there at Carrollton over a very good Irish road. So that, and Samantha Lou, who's a very fast Samantha Lou. So that race stuck out in my mind to go ahead and finish second here. So we'll see what happens. But I think we all picked, besides you, all picked Zion's Miles Creation on top.
And David, just let you know, we had a comment about the camera out here. Folks, this is the most obstructed view that we have in any track we go to, so we're doing the best we possibly can. We thought the car was going to work, but they brought a different starting gate, and our camera cord is not capable of
not cooperating today.
Yep.
So we tried, but we'll get it figured out, and hopefully tomorrow we have a better answer.
A 3-horse field, so the purse distribution adjusts accordingly. It'll be 58% to the winner, 28% to the runner-up, and 14% for the third-place finisher. 58, 28, and 14% respectively. Horizon Health Basket. That is the pick-a-winner prize for the third race. The Horizon Health Basket is up for grabs. By the way, we spoke to Don Longfellow earlier today, talked about all the folks that have helped him through the years. Lynn Good, Allison Parks, Paula Paget, Elaine Yaw. Don said when it comes to getting horses ready for the auction, you've got to have a good staff backing you up. And he said, I've always been very, very fortunate to have the best of the best. Right now, top of the stretch for the 2-year-old filly trot. Purse of $2,426. The Illinois Standardbred Association. Many of the horses you're watching tonight are getting ready for the upcoming Illinois State Fair at Springfield, where racing begins on August 13. Here they come. Starter Stacy DeRoos sends them on their way, and there goes Zion's Miles Creation. She has shown good speed away from the gate in her recent starts, and she goes right to the front as they head down into the first turn. What a beautiful backdrop at the Edgar County Fair. Carnival operating just off the south turn. It is pure Americana here this evening, but problems for Mound Station and GRC Mandy. They both broke stride on the south turn, and that will leave Zion's Miles Creation all alone with a 20-length lead as they go by the quarter-mile mark. Now, the good news for Mound Station and GRC Mandy, they've got plenty of time here to try to cut into that margin, try to get closer to the early leader. 32-2. Thank you, Diane Boyer. 32-2 for the opening quarter. It is Zion's Miles Creation who is the leader. Has the lead by some 25 lengths back to Mound Station in second, and GRC Mandy broke stride this time on the north turn and is the distant trailer. So coming down to the half, Freddie Patton Jr. just looked over his left shoulder as if to say, where did everybody go? And Zion's Miles Creation has got the lead, but it's now being pursued off a half in 105 by Mound Station. Now, Mound Station is trotting fast, was about 25 lengths back on the north turn. By the time they get to the south turn, Mound Station, off stride again. Off stride again. So that'll happen, especially with 2-year-old trotters and 2-year-old trotting fillies. And what does that mean? It means Zion's Miles Creation, she has just, all she's done here, folks, is mind her manners. She has stayed on the trot, and she is headed up to the north turn, and she has the lead by about half the distance of the back straightaway. You've got Mound Station, who's back on the trot, but still a long way back. 137-3, the time of the 3 quarters, 137-3. A long way back. What does that mean? About 25 lengths as they turn for home, separating the top 2. Zion's Miles Creation, the leader. Mound Station just broke stride again. Here's a great example, folks. Simply keep your mind focused on business and good things will happen. And that's the case with Zion's Miles Creation. She gets her first career victory. Freddie Patton Jr. again checking back over his shoulder in the stretch and then looks forward and turns to his right and acknowledges the cheers of the crowd as he brings Zion's Miles Creation home for the win. It was Mound Station a distant second and GRC Mandy finishing in third. 2:12.4, the time for the mile, 2:12 4/5 of a second. We'll meet the winner in just a moment. Again, this is the first of 2 divisions of the Longfellow Farm race. We'll have the pick-a-winner drawing shortly for the Horizon Health Basket. And in the meantime, horsemen, you may come to the track for race 4. No changes in that 4th event. There's Don Longfellow and staff down trackside. By the way, a big tip of the hat to our Queen and Little Miss, because they have been right down there not only helping present the blankets, they've been helping Brenda Watson and Mary Lou Wright get these blankets organized and then getting them unfolded, getting it prepared for the Winter Circle ceremony. Again, our Queen is Brianna Reese of Hume and our Little Miss, Ari Groover of Paris. They were crowned here last night. Horsemen have said for years they have a great deal of respect for the Longfellow Farm because their yearlings, when they go to auction in the fall, they look amazing. And of course, The Longfellow family coming from a show horse background before the move into standardbred racing. And as we mentioned earlier, when you've got a staff backing you up like Lynn Good, Allison Parks, Paula Padgett, Elaine Yaw through the years, and others, good things are going to happen. Speaking of which, good things happened for this filly. How about a hand for this first-time winner, number 3, Zion's Miles Creation. Again, the time for the mile, 2:12 and 4/5 of a second. Brenda Watson motioning for others to go ahead and come on in and join in the fun in the Winner's Circle presentation. Mr. Freddie Patton Jr. is the trainer driver. He's a native of Clinton, Mississippi. He has raced with us on the Illinois Fair Circuit and at the Illinois Paramutuals for many, many years. Credit Creation, the sire of this filly, owned by Cassandra Chandler of Terry, Mississippi, and John Derek Gibson, also of Terry, Mississippi, bred by Samuel Yoder. $3,500 Illini Classic sale graduate Zion's Miles Creation, and the Illinois Hall of Fame horseman, Mr. Freddie Patton Jr., is your winning trainer and driver. In the Pick a Winner draw, congratulations, Olivia Pruitt. Yes, a good old woo-hoo from the grandstand, and why not? The Horizon Health basket goes to Olivia Pruitt, and again, Olivia, like all of our winners in the Pick a Winner drawings tonight, you may claim your prize at the tent located immediately south, the turn 1 end of the grandstand. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for that third event. GRC Mandy finished 3. Mound Station, the runner-up, and Zion's Miles Creation was the winner. They got the quarter in 32 and 2/5 of a second. They got the half in 1:05, 3/4, 1:37 and 3/5, and the time for the mile, 2:12 and 4/5 of a second. Reads down 3, 2, 1. Been a competitive program so far. No repeat winners as far as our owners, trainers, or drivers. We've seen different connections thus far in each of our first 3 races in the Winner's Circle. Race 4 is on the way, second division of the Longfellow Farm race. No changes. Pick a winner this time. It'll be 1 hour of free golf, courtesy of Iron Pin. Iron Pin, 1 hour, golf, free. That's the Pick a Winner prize, and that's a good one for the 4th race. In this fourth race, Wyatt Avenatti with a double call listed to drive both the 1 and the 2. He's going to stay put on number 1, and that means Matt Avenatti drives number 2. Boy, I would love to be a fly on the wall at the next family dinner. Telling old Pop I'm going to drive for Kevin Miller. But the good thing is he knows that his brother Matt is very capable, and Dave knows that too, so I'm sure it's all well and good as we get ready to go here shortly in race 4. Horses are on the track, and in fact, here comes the post parade off the north turn to the top of the stretch. Second division of the Longfellow Farm race, the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot for a purse of just over $2,700. A reminder, Matt Avenatti will drive the 2 ABC Gangster. Number 1, EL Perfect Credit, owned and trained by Kevin Miller of Arthur Wyatt. Avenatti is up. Number 2, ABC Gangster, owned by Autumn Nelson of Chrisman, trained by Dave Avenatti. It will be Matt Avenatti in the race bike. Number 3, Unlimited Credit, owned by Mike Brink of Springfield, Ray Hanna of Altamont, trained by Ray Hanna, Connor Prather in the bike. 4 is Durango's Fandango, owned by the Flacco family farms of Alexis, Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco, Rick and Tabby Flacco, trained and driven by Jerome Daniels. And number 5 is Milkshake, owned by Ron Phillips of Athens, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Sherry Boldovich of Platteville, Colorado. Jamaica Patton is the trainer and also the driver. we just got a text message from Dave Avenatti. He's having a little fun with this tonight. He said that was the cruelest betrayal. Talking, of course, jokingly about his son Wyatt choosing to drive for trainer Kevin Miller here in this fourth race on the card, and of course, all in good fun. Again, it is Matt Avenatti, Wyatt's brother, who drives number 2. By the way, speaking of the brothers Avenatti, they have been involved in 2 photo finishes in the last week or so, where they finished 1-2 and their horses were separated by a nose at the wire. Wyatt won one of those races. That was at the Marshall Putnam Fair. Matt won the other. That was at the Menard County Fair. We talked to both Wyatt and Matt and said, how often has that happened in your career? And they said, well, you know, there have been a number of times that, yes, we may have finished 1-2, but they can't remember a time until these 2 recent races in the last week where they were that close at the finish, separated, their horses separated by just a nose. Top of the stretch, here they come, race 4. They are off and trotting, and there goes EL Perfect Credit from the inside. Milkshake from the far outside. A good start for all 5 of these 2-year-old trotters as they swing down into the first turn, but now that they get onto the turn, Unlimited Credit is off stride. EL Perfect Credit is off stride. So EL Perfect Credit was leading into the first turn, but now has broken stride, has lost about 3 positions for the move up the back stretch, now settles down in the 4th spot, about 5 lengths off the lead, and further back, Unlimited Credit also broke stride and is last of the 5, racing about 8 lengths from the leader. The leader is Milkshake. 35 seconds for the opening quarter, 35 seconds flat. Jamaica Patton with Milkshake showing the way around that north turn, on top by a length in this division of the Longfellow Farm race. ABC Gangster goes in second. Now, Problems again for EL Perfect Credit, who's off stride. But ABC Gangster is racing in second. Matt's got that horse in good position drafting. Oh, now off stride goes ABC Gangster. ABC Gangster has just made a break at the half-mile mark, and that means Milkshake now has the lead by 2 lengths. That means Durango's Fandango moves up into second. Unlimited Credit picks up 1 spot, now goes to third. 109 for the first half mile, 109. EL Perfect Credit side by side with ABC Gangster at the back. EL Perfect Credit is off stride again in that 5th spot as they head off the south turn and make the move up the backstretch once again. They've all got to catch Milkshake. Milkshake leads by 2.5 lengths as they approach the 3/4, and Durango's Fandango is traveling in second, then a gap of 4 more lengths back to ABC Gangster in third, a margin of a dozen more lengths to EL Perfect Credit fourth, outside of Unlimited Credit in 5th as they race around the final turn. 142 flat the time at the 3/4, 142 flat. ABC Gangsters off stride, Durango's Fandango's off stride, Unlimited Credit off stride, but it's all Milkshake on the front end with no problems at all. Milkshake, Jamaica Patton, the trainer driver, first career win for Milkshake. And it comes right here at the 164th Edgar County Fair. Milkshake opened up down the stretch, took advantage of those other horses breaking stride, won it by about 15 lengths or so. ABC Gangster got second. EL Perfect Credit came across the wire in third. 2:13 and 3, the time for the mile. 2:13 and 3/5 of a second. Number 5, Milkshake, is your winner. We'll meet the winner in just a moment. And a reminder, race 5 is on the way. Horsemen, you may come to the track for that 5th race. Well, in race 3, we saw Freddie Patton Jr. get to the winner's circle as the trainer driver. His nephew, Jamaica Patton, is the trainer driver of Milkshake. He's also the co-owner, along with Ron Phillips of Athens, who bred this trotter, and Sherry Boldovich of Platteville, Colorado, one of the owners as well. The winner, a 2-year-old gelded son of Southwind Chrome out of Milky Way by Chocolatier. We asked Jamaica Patton at the start of fair season, do you have a favorite flavor of Milkshake? And Jamaica told us, he said, chocolate and also vanilla. So I think if you ever get Jamaica a Milkshake, and if you hand him a chocolate and vanilla swirl, he will be just fine with that. Folks, how about a hand for Mr. Jamaica Patton? Jamaica, a great example of someone who relocated to Illinois from his home in Mississippi many years ago when he began coming up from the south to race with us on the Illinois Fair Circuit, and makes his home now in Rochester near our state capital of Springfield. 2:13 and 3, the time for the mile. There's the gang from the Longfellow Farm and nearby Chrisman, once again trackside, along with our Queen Brianna and our little Miss Ari, offering their congratulations as well. Jamaica Patton, once again, the strategy was to go right to the front. Jamaica, that was a heads-up move, because when you went for the lead, you kept all those breaking horses well behind you. You didn't have to worry about any of that stuff going on. Congratulations, Jamaica. Yeah, it's been interesting to watch how Jamaica attacks this racetrack. Because horsemen will tell you that first turn is pretty sharp. And that's one of the reasons sometimes you will see horses that will break stride. They'll carry their speed into that turn, and about midway on the turn, it's almost like they're carrying too much speed and they don't have enough racetrack. Well, Jamaica, he just puts the hammer down. We've seen him do that a couple of times tonight, and he's pretty bold about going into that first turn, and Jamaica has shown us you actually can make that work. if you've got the right horse, you can go blazing around that first turn and be just fine. Judge, are we official?
Yes, you are.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. The pick-a-winner draw, Sutton Todd, is the pick-a-winner draw. Sutton Todd, congratulations. That's for Iron Pin 1 hour of golf free. Here's the full field rundown. By the way, don't forget your prizes are available at the tent south of the grandstand. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for the 4th race. EL Perfect Credit was 3rd. ABC Gangster, the runner-up. Unlimited Credit finished 4th. Durango's Fandango 5, and Milkshake the winner. They got the quarter 35 seconds. They got the half in 109. 3/4 in 142, and the time for the mile 2:13 and 3/5 of a second. It reads down 3:24.51. You know, folks, one other note about the way Jamaica's been driving this track. You notice when he goes right out for the lead and goes full force into the first turn, have you noticed in each case he's had the far outside starting spot? And I think he's got it figured out. If you start down inside, you don't have anywhere to maneuver towards your left if you're starting right down next to the pylons. But he has figured this track out. If you line up toward the outside at the start, and there's been a couple of races tonight, he started from the far outside, he is willing to mash the accelerator, get on the loud pedal, as stock car drivers like to say, and go full force into that first turn, because starting from the outside, he's got more room to angle the horse down into the turn. He's got more racetrack to work with starting from the outside as he does. So a pretty heads-up piece of strategy by Jamaica Patton this evening, and it paid off in race 4 with a win. Race 5 is on the...
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ani today.
Okay, David, let's talk a little bit about our schedule coming up here.
Sure.
And we're here tonight in Carmi tomorrow night, and we'll be in the grandstands. Be the first time there.
Yep.
So hopefully we can get the car going.
That's my first time there. Well, we should have plenty of time tomorrow. We'll be down here early enough to get to the fair early, and hopefully we can get the car situation worked out for you.
Well, yeah, hopefully we can do that. Then we're in Lewistown on Thursday. 1 o'clock, you said eight races on the card.
Thursday, yep.
Carmi, there's 13 tomorrow night, the same as tonight. Charleston the following week, Urbana, Charleston. Day off
Charleston, Urbana, Charleston, day off, Charleston. There we go.
And then the following week, Lincoln, day
on
off.
Sunday.
Travel day, I should say. Altamont
Yep.
on Tuesday. Wednesday's Altamont and
Marshall.
Thursday is Altamont. Friday off. And Saturday, Sunday,
right?
Brown
We're
County.
back at home in Brown
back
County
at home
to
in
end the
Brown
season.
County.
Yeah,
to end up things. So we're looking forward to that. And if you've never been to the Brown County Fair, make sure you positively get there on Sunday.
Absolutely, the big races.
Yeah, we're talking what, $80,000 to $100,000.
I don't remember what the total purse is, but yeah, something along those lines. It's you're talking about 6, 7, 8 per division. So yeah, something like that.
And so that's what's going on there.
If you ever don't know where we're going to be at or where we're scheduled to go to harnesstube.com. The front page there has our upcoming schedule, always current, always up to date. It should have the next broadcast and then the next 5 fairs. So just go ahead and check out harnesstube.com.
Thank our donors for making the donations. We've had several donations this year that keep us on the air, keep our expenses going.
And they keep coming in. That's a great thing.
Awesome, folks, because for this week, next week, and the following week, we've got to stay there. David's taking time off work, his vacation time, to be there. So we've got that. And a call to the post, and we'll go back to Kurt Becker.
How does a harness driver make these decisions with multiple calls in one race? We'll talk about that in just a moment. Here comes the post parade for race 5. The Edgar County Community Foundation, your blanket sponsor, the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old filly trot for a purse of just over $2,500. Number 1, Broadway and Lou, owned by the Flacco family farms of Alexis, Steve Searle of Grant Park, Brian Code of Bradford, trained by Steve Searle, and the driver is Wyatt Avenetti. Number 2, Shady Maple Caddy, owned and trained by Earl Avenetti, who now makes his home in Clinton, Indiana, co-owned by Malda Horn of Clinton, Indiana. And again, contrary to the program, it'll be J.D. Finn in the race bike. Number 3, GJ's Moxie Star, is owned and trained by Darla Martin Lohman of Effingham. The driver is her nephew, Aaron Martin. Co-owner is Dr. Robert Lacey of Nokomis. 4, Bills Are Due Lou, owned by the Flacco family farms, trained by Jill Brown, and the driver, Jordan Patton. Number 5, Little Brindle, owned by Kelly Avenetti and Tony Bell, her mother. Matt Avenetti is the trainer and the driver. And number 6, Chicken Lights and Chrome, owned and trained by Connor Prather of Springfield. It is Cole Prather in the race bike. So if you're a harness driver and you're popular, people know that you're talented, and more than one stable at time of entry, which was 3 days ago, when they list you to drive, you've got to make a decision. How does a guy like Wyatt, what is the thought process? How does he decide who he's going to drive? And this is the benefit. When you grow up in a racing family, your dad and your grandpa fully understand this. All kidding aside now, they know Wyatt makes his living full-time in this business. And throughout the course of the year, if trainers like Kevin Miller and Steve Searle, who have very large stables, if they can supply you with a lot of drives throughout the year, you're probably going to go with the trainer who's going to give you the most work throughout the course of the year. And again, the great thing, if you're Wyatt, you grew up in a racing family. Dad understands that. Grandpa understands that. Right now at the post, gates rolling, race 5, top of the stretch, ready to go. Here they come. Race 5, the Edgar County Community Foundation race is underway. There goes Shady Maple Caddy out for the early lead as they thundered down into the first turn. Bills Are Due Lou broke stride at the start. Bills Are Due Lou is off stride. Side by side for the lead, Broadway and Lou to the inside, and Shady Maple Caddy is now backing away from that battle into the second position. J.D. Finn finds a good spot tucked away right behind the leader in the second position as they head up the back stretch. Gap of 3 more lengths then to GJ's Moxie Star in third. Chicken Lights and Chrome is racing in fourth. Little Brindle is fifth, and Bills Are Due Lou trails the field. 32-2 for the opening quarter. 32 2/5 of a second. They swing down the north side of the course, and Broadway and Lou is the leader. Broadway and Lou on top by 2.5 lengths for Wyatt Avenetti. Shady Maple Caddy with J.D. Finn in the second position. 3 lengths separate the top two, and then a similar gap back to GJ's Moxie Star in third. Chicken Lights and Chrome takes to the outside fourth. 5 lengths off the lead, then a gap of 8 more lengths back to Bills Are Due Lou and Little Brindle, who is now the trailer as they scoot on by the half-mile mark here in race 5. 104 flat for the first half mile. 104 flat. Back into the south turn. Broadway and Lou is the leader. Chicken Lights and Chrome is moving up on the outside now to take the second spot only by a neck. Shady Maple Caddy is back toward the inside now, third. Still 2 lengths off the lead. Then a gap of 3 more lengths. GJ's Moxie Star is fourth, and the other pair have a lot of work to do. Bills Are Due Lou and Little Brindle still far back. And here comes Chicken Lights and Chrome up to challenge Broadway and Lou for the lead as they they go on by the 3/4 mile mark, and Shady Maple Caddy is still their third. 3/4, 136 flat, 136 flat. They turn for home. It is Broadway and Lou saving the ground along the inside lane around the north turn. But what will happen when they straighten into the home stretch? Here comes Chicken Lights and Chrome again, coming after Broadway and Lou. Shady Maple Caddy is third. Chicken Lights and Chrome is up to get the lead in deep stretch. It is Chicken Lights and Chrome in front and winning it for Cole Prather by a length on the line. Broadway and Lou was home second. It was a gap of 8 more lengths back to Shady Maple Caddy in third by a length over GJ's Moxie Star in fourth. Little Brindle was up in time for fifth, and Bills Are Due Lou was sixth. 2:07 flat was the time for the mile. 2:07 flat. Chicken Lights and Chrome, a new lifetime record for that filly. We'll meet the winner in just a moment. Horsemen, you may come to the track for race 6 as we get ready right now for the Edgar County Community Foundation blanket presentation.
Good solid race there, David, for our 5th race today. We're moving right along with these.
Seems to be, yeah.
Either that or I've been so busy.
You haven't noticed, right?
Time flies when you're having fun,
They're
right?
definitely
or not
moving
fun.
through them. I will say that. So, but yeah, we're already 5 races in on today's 13 race card.
Nobody did really well. You got 45 points on that, but nobody picked the 6-horse to win, and a nice win for Cole Prather there.
Well, I think I was going a little bit with the local connections. Earl Abnetti trained Shady Maple Caddy, but JD didn't get the job done today. Cole was the one who had the hot horse. And
Brothers Connor and Cole Prather were both born in Rushville, Illinois. Their family with roots in Schuyler County. But for many years, the Prather family has had their stable based at the Illinois State Fairgrounds at Springfield. Connor and Cole Prather, couple of young men in their 20s who hope to have a future in the sport of harness racing, and they would love to have a future in this sport right here in their native Illinois. A lot of uncertainty right now about the future of Illinois harness racing, but a lot of folks are still working on it, trying to find the best map to move forward. A lot of challenges with the recent announcement of the bankruptcy sale of Hawthorne Racecourse, which was the last pari-mutuel track in the state to offer harness racing. But again, all we know is this. For now, we're going to keep racing. And for now, we're going to keep racing at the fairs and at the state fairs at Springfield and DuQuoin. And that means that guys like Connor and Cole Prather, in this case, they will have a shot through the rest of this summer to keep on racing and hopefully winning more races as, along with the rest of us, they wait to see what the path forward will indeed be for Illinois racing. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for the Prather stable, Chicken Lights and Chrome. Time for the mile, 2:07 flat. Our thanks to the Edgar County Community Foundation. You can visit them on Facebook or at edgarcountyfoundation.org. For good forever for Edgar County, a place to call home to build a steadfast tomorrow. And our Queen and Little Miss, once again, are trackside as well. And again, when you see the Prather brothers, you are looking at just 2 examples of young people who very much want a future in harness racing in their home state of Illinois. Congratulations, gentlemen. Well done. There's a timely move. Connor coming past the stands, warming up a horse for later in the card. And Cole, his brother, was just leaving the winner's circle. So they get a chance to share a laugh and talk about the win here in race number 5. So always fun to have a win, and that's for sure, folks. Even when times are challenging and the path forward might be uncertain at the moment, there's nothing like a win just to encourage one to keep on keeping on. Judge, we are official here. Thank you, Judge Callahan. Here's the full field rundown. Broadway and Lou, the runner-up. Shady Maple Caddy was third. GJ's Moxie Star finished fourth. Bills Are Due Lou 6. Little Brindle 5. And Chicken Lights and Chrome the winner. 32-2 at the quarter, 104 at the half, 3/4 and 136, and the time for the mile was 2:07 flat, and it reads down 2:34.65. 5-1. The winning 3-year-old filly by Southwind Chrome out of Swan Bird by Swan for All was bred by the Turnier and Blackburn families, $5,000 yearling graduate of the Illini Classic sale. So race 6 is now on the way. Time to play Pick a Winner. Fern Laughlin. Fern Laughlin, you are the winner of the Pick a Winner draw. That was for race 5. Our thanks to everyone with Beck's Bag, the shirt, popcorn, hat, $20 Temples lawn care as well. Wow, that's a nice prize, and that goes to Fern. Fern, you can pick up your prize at the tent located just south of the grandstand. Again, Beck's Bag, shirt, popcorn, hat, $20 Temples lawn care as Pick a Winner rolls on here this evening. Great to have that program back. And a reminder, several drawings for cash trackside after the final race this evening. $100 a pop for those cash draws.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avanettiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
long before the crowds arrive. The work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over
$2,500. There are no changes in this sixth event. As the program reminds everyone, number 6 will start from the second tier. At the Edgar County Fair, like the majority of Illinois fairs, we score 5 wide, meaning 5 horses in the front tier on the gate. And post position 6, therefore, will have to start from the second tier. And a reminder, with number 6 being the only horse in the second tier, driver Dennis Gardner, he's got some freedom to move about and start wherever he wants, but he has to stay in the second tier. In other words, he can follow any of the front 5 horses that he chooses. And keep in mind, if a horse in the front tier should break stride before the start and a spot opens up, doesn't matter. Once you draw into the second tier, you must stay in the second tier. You must start from the second tier. Here's number 1, Tonator, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. J.D. Finn is in the bike. Number 2, Here Comes Bob, owned by Molly Baldus of Hannah City, Steve Searle of Grant Park, Chris Paloma of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Kathy Ritzel of St. Jacob, Illinois, trained by Steve Searle, and the driver Wyatt Avenatti. 3, Fox Valley Pride, owned by Larry Longnecker of Sumner, trained by Darla Martin Lohman. Aaron Martin is the driver. Number 4, Dooleyville Refill, owned by Randall Dooley of Hidalgo, trained by Harold Finn. It is Harold Finn Jr. who drives. Number 5, Lou's Transporter, 3 consecutive wins coming into tonight's card, owned by the Flacco family farms of Alexis, of Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco and Rick and Tabby Flacco, the trainer Steve Searle, the driver Jordan Patton. And number 6, Zamboni, owned, trained, and driven by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. Headed to the starting gate, race 6. And it will be Matt Avenatti. Thank you, Judge. Matt Avenatti will take the spot for trainer Dennis Gardner on number 6, Zamboni. Headed to the gate, race 6. Thanks for the heads up. Very good. Oh, Rural King, thank you. Rural King will be your blanket sponsor for race number 6. So, folks, again, we are so fortunate to have a wonderful family of sponsors here at the Edgar County Fair. Rural King, your blanket sponsor for the 3-year-old colt and gelding trot.
Okay, David, as we take a look at this race, you looked at Fox Valley Pride to win this race. Lisa and I looked at the 5, Lou's Transporter. Again, 3 races in a row, so we're looking for number 4. And then Lane went home with Wyatt on the Here Comes Bob. So kind of a little different pick there. You picked the 5 to finish second. Any thoughts? Because nobody else picked the 3. What's your thoughts on the 3?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Field lines up over on the north turn, top of the stretch, getting ready to go here in race number 6. Matt Avenatti in that second tier with number 6, Zamboni. He moves a lane off the inside, lines up behind brother Wyatt Avenatti with Here Comes Bob. Here they come. They are off and trotting, and there goes Here Comes Bob right out 4. The early lead, Tonator, comes away in the second position, and there's Lou's Transporter from the far outside, moving up from 3rd as they head on to the first turn. Lou's Transporter is off stride. Lou's Transporter, 3 consecutive wins coming into tonight's program, and he has just broken stride, and that changes the pick-a-winner situation considerably as they head up the backstretch. This race 6, by the way, Seed Solutions bucket with a shirt, koozie, popcorn, first aid kit, $20 Temple's Lawn Care. So some great prizes here for pick-a-winner in race 6. 32 flat for the opening quarter, 32 seconds flat. Back up at the front of the field as they swing around that north side of the course. Here Comes Bob was away in good order, and he has stayed in good order with the race lead, a length and a half. Tonator goes second. Then a gap of 4 more lengths. Zamboni has carefully picked his way through traffic over on the backstretch and moves up a closer 3rd now. Fox Valley Pride is fourth. Here comes Toe Nader to the outside to challenge for the lead. Meanwhile, further back, Dooleyville Refill takes to the outside from fifth, challenging for fourth, and Lou's Transporter last of the six. 103-1 for the first half mile, 103-1. Lou's Transporter is still racing about 8 to 9 lengths off the lead. In fact, he just broke stride again. Just not his night. They go toward the 3/4 mile mark, and it is Here Comes Bob with the lead by 3/4 of a length. Toe Nader is second, just off the leader's flank, and Zamboni is moving into contention from third, just 3 lengths off the lead. Then a gap of 3.5 more back to Dooleyville Refill fourth, just outside of Fox Valley Pride in fifth, who moves up now to regain that fourth position. 134-4 the 3/4, 134-4. Here comes Bob, the leader. Look out for Zamboni. Matt Avenatti has his hands full of Trotter, but no place to send him. He's looking outside. He's looking inside. Here he comes. Look at that move from Matt Avenatti. He's found the opening to the inside. He scoots up to challenge. Here comes Bob at the wire. It will be Matt Avenatti and Zamboni getting there to win it by a half length. What a move down the stretch by Zamboni and driver Matt Avenatti. As they came up the inside, Matt was looking with an eighth of a mile to go. He looked left, he looked right, he looked left again when they got straightened away, and then the seas parted. 2:06-4, the time for the mile, 2:06-4. That was a crackerjack drive by Matt Avenatti. We'll meet the winner in just a moment and have the presentation of the Rural King blanket.
Wow, David, what a finish to that race. I don't want to come on to the finish there, and Kurt Becker getting all excited on the
favorite makes a
announcing.
break, and I still can't pick up any pieces. I'm still down 8 points for the round, but yeah, I was kind of surprised there with the favorite there, Lou's Transporter, making the break and making room for Zamboni, and Matt Avenatti picking up a catch drive and a catch win for trainer and owner Dennis Gardner.
Yeah, that didn't bode well for Lisa and I for picking in that race, but nobody picked really well in that race because of that break. And but Matt bringing Zamboni on, coming
did
up
a great job. Had room down the stretch, and he didn't even go in. There wasn't a passing lane issue. There was enough room there. It was a clear lane. So
well, earlier tonight in the opening race on the card, Matt Avenatti got the win, and he ran his personal career best string of consecutive victories to 5 in a row, dating back to July 12th at the Marshall Putnam Fair. Since then, he had that record snapped. So what do you do when one record gets snapped? You start on the next one. And that's just what he's done here. Folks, that was quite a move. It looked like this horse had no chance to find racing room, and Matt never gave up. And he just kept searching and finally found the answer on the inside lane. How about a hand for Matt Avenatti with Zamboni? This is the Rural King blanket. We appreciate Rural King. Great place to shop, and especially if you're a horseman, check out what they offer in their equine line of products. And this race also will be the Dale Adams Memorial. That trophy will be presented in just a moment. Dane May stands at the head of this horse. Dane is from Newton. He's a good friend of winning owner-trainer Dennis Gardner. And some of you might remember in the 1980s when Dane May got his first career victory as a harness driver himself over this very racetrack. He gives a thumbs up. There's the Dale Adams Memorial as Jane and family come trackside to make the presentation. Jane standing next to driver Matt Avenatti, and there's Brad standing to the right. More family members moving in trackside. Of course, Dale and Jane owned a lot of winners in this harness horse game, and a lot of winners right here at the Edgar County Fair. Jane right now conversing with Matt Avenatti, getting ready to make arrangements to hand off the trophy. Matt, that was a heads-up piece of driving. Congratulations, Matt Avenatti with Zamboni. I cannot imagine The next harness race I drive will be my first. And I can't imagine you're sitting in that seat. There's an eighth of a mile to go. You're running out of time, and you've got 2 horses to pass, and you've got your hands full of horse, but you've got no place to... Patience. I don't know how a harness driver manages to stay patient in that situation until a lane opens up. And it doesn't always work out. There are times that lane won't open up, but that time it surely did. Judge, we are official? Yes, sir. Thank you, Randy. Here's the full field rundown for race 6. By the way, before we get to that, Rhea Abernathy, you have won in the pick a winner draw for race 6. Rhea Abernathy, you may claim your prize at the tent just south of the grandstand. Seed Solutions bucket, shirt, koozie, popcorn, first aid kit, $20 Temple's Lawn Care. That is quite a collection of prizes, so congratulations. Okay, here's that full field rundown for race 6 from the top. Tonator finished 3. Here comes Bob, 2. Fox Valley Pride finished 4. Dooleyville Refill, 5. Lou's Transporter, 6. And Zamboni, the winner. 32 at the quarter, 103 and 1 at the half, 3 quarters, 134 and 4/5, and the time for the mile, 2:06 and 4/5 of a second. Reads down 3:24.561. Matt Avenatti, the first driver tonight to score a driving double. 7th race is on the way. By the way, congratulations also to Larry Hostetler, the winning breeder in race 6, and the trotter Zamboni, sired by a very good sire in Lindy's True Grit. Horse that was 1 for 22 lifetime coming into this card, so good on Zamboni for getting that 2nd career victory. 7th race is coming up, no changes. Race 7 on the way.
All right, David, we'll talk about a couple of other things. We've already talked about thanking our donors. We appreciate the donors out there. You can find out a lot of great information about harness racing by going to harnesstube.com. You can find out some news that's going on. You can see our schedule, where we're going to be, when we're going to be. You can get race programs there. You can also click to the live broadcast. So if you want to get to YouTube, the quickest way to get there is just go to harnesstube.com and click.
And I'm going to put up links to every individual race individually. So if you want to watch race 12 from today, you'll click on the link and it'll take you to the timestamp of the broadcast. But that's coming in the future. The point is, check out our website. Click around. There's a bunch of cool stuff on there. The track records are being updated. I went through the Horse Talk Today Facebook group and searched for track records and updated a bunch of those from Kurt's posts on that Horse Talk Today group.
Yeah, I got to say, though, in Galesburg, he promised those by 5 o'clock, and I think it was like 5:05.
Well, if you watch, some of Kurt's posts come out at like 2 in the morning or 12:30.
I don't think the man ever sleeps.
No, he's up all night doing research to get those records and stories for us.
There's race results out there. You can see driver and trainer statistics and horseman profiles. We'd love, if you don't have yours done, to go ahead and do that. We love that. And like you said, working on the track records out there.
If you're one of our drivers who doesn't have a headshot in our graphic system yet, go ahead and submit one through the Horseman's Profile link, and we can get you a profile shot made.
Make sure you use your good side, though.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. For some of you, maybe turning around. I don't know.
I have a face for radio. That's why there's not a camera on us right now.
That's right. Like us, subscribe to us on Facebook, on YouTube, subscribe or register, and that works out great, because if you register or subscribe, ask for the notifications, you can email or text message that we're on the air.
So if you happen to forget, or if you're busy, maybe mowing a yard or something, you get a text saying, hey, Harness Tube's online, you can go ahead and pull up the broadcast, put in your earbuds and listen to us if nothing else. But yeah, it's a good way to stay current and abreast of what we are doing and where we're going to be.
And again, when you help us out, either through donors, sponsors, or through advertising, that helps with the expenses of us getting out there. We are limited. David is still gainfully employed.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And so, therefore, he's got to put in some time. But I tell you what, folks, he won't give himself a pat on the back. But the thing about it is, folks, he takes most of his vacation time in the summer to do these harness races.
I'm hoping I can get through this next couple of weeks and not run out.
Yeah, well, that'll be the case.
I'm looking at it kind of closely right now.
If that's the case, it may be Stephen Lisa a couple of times.
We added in a couple Springfield dates that I didn't account for originally, but maybe we can get Brady or Lane or somebody to help cover a broadcast in Altamont or something if there's only 6 races or something. So we'll get it figured out. But yeah, it's definitely it's a juggle to make sure that I was working this morning from 7:30 till noon. Hopped in the car, drove 4 hours here, broadcast, and just keep going.
Yep. So, that's what it helps us for us getting there, because a lot of times in the first year we got to ride together.
Yes.
We did fewer races, and
I think we've done more this year than we did the whole first year. About 15 or so, wasn't it? Or 17 maybe.
Oh, I thought we were up to about 23.
The first year?
But we had some cancellations in there, too.
The second year, 2024, we had 20 plus.
Yeah.
But the first year I thought we had, because we stayed west. We stayed towards home.
Yeah, but even with that expenses, we had one going up to a place north of Peoria one time, and we were literally 30 minutes from the facility, and the race got called. Or Knoxville going and literally get there and look at the track and say, we're not racing today.
Yeah, it was, we fought the rain a couple of years. This one, we've had really good luck this year. There hasn't been much as far as weather preventing us from racing. I will say there's been some inclement weather over this side of the state as far as storms, whatnot. But we've been fortunate enough, haven't had a lot of reschedules. But we do appreciate all of our supported donors come in, and I'll throw it back to Kurt
send
for
us
the post
pictures
parade.
from the backstretch. We'll go back to Kurt.
Horses are on the track for race 7. 7th race, the first division of the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old filly pace. No changes. 4-horse field. Post parade forming up over on the backstretch. We'll meet the starters in just a moment. Iron Pin, 1 hour free bowling. That's the Pickle Winner Prize for race 7.
David, I found it odd. Juan Franco never been to Paris to the fair here.
No, he hasn't. Usually he stays up closer to Chicago. He's stabled up there, and I think Sawgrass Farms are one of those training centers up in the Chicago area. So coming down to the fair circuit's a new experience for him. He's driven some for other folks like Dave Brooks and whatnot, but he's bringing these horses down, for Nelson Willis, and doing a great job, having a lot of luck with that 2-year-old Colt Pacer. And he's picking up some nice live drives here with this Calico Sunset. She's a nice pacing filly.
Here comes the post parade now off the far turn of this magnificent half-mile racetrack where we have enjoyed so much great racing through the years, and some excellent matchups here tonight. And here comes the next one. Number 1 is Calico Sunset, owned and trained by Leroy Hunt of Jackson, Tennessee. Juan Franco in the bike. 2 is ERM Rose, owned by Matt Avenatti of Chrisman, Doug Bowen of Mount Sterling, Troy Markert of Mount Sterling, trained and driven by Matt Avenatti. 3, Bet on the Jet, is owned by Christopher Spann of Canton, Mississippi, the trainer and the driver, Freddie Patton Jr. And number 4, Cupid's Dragon, owned by Jamie Henderson of Lovington, trained and also driven by Larry Plank, who is an auctioneer by trade. You can hear Larry at auction houses in Sullivan, Illinois, and in Rockville, Indiana. And when he's not busy as an auctioneer, he loves to get out to the county fairs and do some driving in these harness horse races. Cupid's Dragon, by the way, one of the few harness horses, at least in Illinois, that's got her own Facebook page. There is a Cupid's Dragon Facebook page, and it's kind of a fun way just to keep up with her adventures. They are at the post and the gates rolling for race 7. Race 7, the Decatur Earth Movers race. Decatur Earth Movers, blanket sponsor for race 7. Gates rolling. Our thanks to Beck Seed, Wayne Mars, also Cargill, the Edgar County Community Foundation, Decatur Earth Movers, Effingham Equity, First Neighbor Bank, GSI, Longview Bank, Nutrien Ag, Metcalf and Dana, just some of our sponsors for the harness racing program here at the Edgar County Fair. And again, this is race 7 for the Decatur Earth Movers blanket. Here they come. Field sent on their way. There goes Calico Sunset from the inside. It's a good start for all. ERM Rose is right there with Bet on the Jet. And Cupid's Dragon lines up 4 wide into the first turn. Now they start to sort out with Calico Sunset saving the ground from that inside starting spot and has the lead by a length and a half as they head off the first turn. And up the backstretch, ERM Rose goes second by 2 lengths. And then comes Cupid's Dragon, who now drops out to the back in 4th position. That will allow Bet on the Jet to secure that 3rd spot. As they go nose to tail past the quarter-mile mark, it is Calico Sunset the leader. Calico Sunset leads by a length as they head on past the quarter-mile mark. 32-3 for the opening quarter, 32 3/5 seconds, so a leisurely pace for these 3-year-old pacing fillies, but Calico Sunset is on top by a length and a half as ERM Rose will go second by 3 lengths as they come on down to the halfway point. Bet on the Jet third, gap of just over 3 more lengths. Cupid's Dragon is in 4th position. Halfway home in the Decatur Earth Movers race, and Calico Sunset is your leader. Juan Franco looks to his right, checks to see where ERM Rose is. She's just a length off the leader. 104 flat for the first half mile, 104 flat. Bet on the Jet looks for some racing room toward the inside. Started to make a move, then ran out of racetrack and had to back away. And in the meantime, ERM Rose is taking to the outside as they head up the backstretch to challenge for the top spot. Calico Sunset to the inside, leads at 3/4 of a length. ERM Rose is second to the outside by 2 lengths. Then Bet on the Jet is third, and then a gap of 8 more lengths back to Cupid's Dragon in 4th as they go by the 3/4. Calico Sunset is the leader. Calico Sunset chased by ERM Rose as they move midway down the far side of the course. Less than a length separate the top 2. They turn for home. Calico Sunset is the leader. ERM Rose is second on the outside. 3/4, 135 and 1. 135 and 1 of the 3/4. And Calico Sunset is opened up by 2, by 3. Calico Sunset will give Juan Franco a driving double here tonight at the Edgar County Fair. It was Calico Sunset who opened up and won it by 5.5 lengths on the line. ERM Rose was second, then it was 7 more lengths back to Bet on the Jet third, and a similar margin back of that one to Cupid's Dragon in 4th. 2:04 and 3 the time for the mile, 2:04 and 3/5 of a second. Number 1, Calico Sunset, your unofficial winner. Race 8 is on the way, no changes. Horsemen, you may come to the track with race 8.
And David, Lisa and I picked that race right. Hey, I want to note here, folks at home, I am not anymore in last place for today. Doesn't mean I won't finish there, but 4 more races to go tonight. And so let's talk real quick till we get to the winner's circle, David, about the points. Out there in front, guest picker Lane Avenetti at 368. He got 75 points on that, going 1-2. He picked the 4 like you did to finish third. Lisa and I moved up in the standings. David is sitting now. Wait a second. I have never, ever seen this.
Oh, yeah. One of the first 2 broadcasts I was on last, remember? Was it Carrollton?
Yeah. Did you come from behind and win, though?
No, because Leo won Carrollton.
Oh, that's right. All right. But we have a lot of fun doing that, and hope you enjoy, picking there at home, having a watch party, and see what's going on. And so another good race. Those 2 have raced a lot this year, Calico Sunset and Rose. And so far, Calico Sunset has been the dominant.
Both really nice fillies, and unfortunately for Matt, he usually drives Calico Sunset, but can't drive them both as he trains ERM Rose. Had to take that.
Our thanks to everyone with Decatur Earth Mover Credit Union, our sponsor for the blanket here in race 7. They are also one of our general sponsors for racing here at the Edgar County Fair. So big thank you, Decatur Earth Mover Credit Union, our blanket sponsor. Mr. Leroy Hunt is trackside. He is our winning owner and trainer. Mr. Hunt had a big night here a year ago because he trained the winners of 3 consecutive races. always has his stable ready to go, and tonight he pairs up with driver Juan Franco for the victory with Calico Sunset in race 7. This winning filly, a 3-year-old by Kronos, out of Calico Moon by Totally Western. $2,200 Illini Classic graduate bred by Brian Chupp. 2:04.3 the time for the mile. Career win number 10. How about a hand for this filly, Calico Sunset? It's always amazing when these horses come back to the winner's circle. This filly, she just looks like the kind of filly that she knows she done good, as the saying goes. And Juan Franco nods his head to that. She's, hello, Juan. This filly, very bright-eyed, holding her head high as she came into the winner's circle, and she kind of has that attitude that says, yeah, I did that. And she has just won for the 5th time this season, again, the 10th time overall. And there is our Queen, Brianna, and our little Miss Ari as they help with the Decatur Earth Mover Credit Union blanket presentation here in race 7. Mr. Hunt and Mr. Franco, well done. Congratulations to both parties. I tell you, Leroy Hunt is all business. He is as focused a horseman as you will ever find. He's one of those trainers, he's so focused he can be a little intimidating because you just don't want to interrupt him because he's so focused on his stable. Thank you, Leroy. Always a pleasure. Good to see you. Judge, we are official. Here's the full field rundown for race 7. Calico Sunset, the winner. ERM Rose was the runner-up. Bet on the Jet was 3rd, and Cupid's Dragon 4th. They got the quarter in 32.3. They got the half in 1:04, 3/4 in 1:35, and the mile 2:04 and 3/5. Reads down 1, 2, 3, 4. Bryce Pope, you have won and pick a winner. That's Iron Pin 1 hour free bowling. Bryce Pope, you are the winner. And a reminder, folks, when you win and pick a winner, just go down to the tent immediately south of the grandstand to claim your prize. Great to have you all with us. Appreciate your spending part of your Monday evening with us for harness racing at the Edgar County Fair. It is
Horses have been our way of life, built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out KerrAuction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Number 8, Diepholz, the blanket sponsor. Let's meet the starters. Number 1 is Super Sage, owned by Nan Turner of Argenta, trained by John Fletcher. It'll be Freddie Patton Jr. the bike. 2, Fox Valley Mai Tai, owned by David Avenatti of Chrisman, Emma Avenatti of Sydney, Kevin Neatfeld of Piatone, trained by Dave Avenatti. Wyatt Avenatti is up, and that filly's won 3 of her last 4 starts, by the way. Number 3, San Antonio Storm, is owned by George Pollock of Rushville, trained by Cole Prather, the driver Connor Prather. And number 4, Illini Deceptive, a filly that was bred and raised and then sold as a yearling by the University of Illinois Equine Program. The owner, trainer, driver Clark Fairley, who comes to us out of Lerna, headed to the gate, race 8.
All right, David, let's take a quick look at the picks for race 8 here, 4-horse race. 3 of us say the 2-horse in Fox Valley Mai Tai. Lisa went differently in San Antonio Storm, the Prather's horse. I don't have a reasoning for that, but she was looking...
Probably off that win at Rushville, and we're showing 3 seconds ever since that start. So been ultra consistent. Lily put out some fast miles, pacing 57 last start out in Petersburg and 59.4 up at Knoxville. So definitely some talent there. But I think you and I and Lane all went to the 2 on top. That horse just Mai Tais off 2 wins and 3 of the last 4 starts. So she's kind of a grizzled veteran around these county fairs. She knows how to leave, knows how to control a race. So I think that's where my nod went.
You versus Lane and I, the 3-horse in second place. You went with the 4, and we just flip-flopped. All of us, but you took the 4 in third place and the 3. So we kind of have the same box going on.
Yeah, it's tough to look past this, the 2 and the 4-horse, both off win streaks, and then you can't overlook the 3. So it's definitely a competitive
Pylon
race.
being reset down in the first turn of this half-mile racetrack. It has been reset. Horses are at the post gates rolling. Diepholz Auto Group of Charleston, full-line GM dealer, new and used vehicles, and, of course, always a faithful sponsor of the Edgar County Fair and of harness racing here at the fair. Wyatt Avenatti has the longest active winning streak of any driver currently at the Edgar County Fair. He has won at least 1 race annually at this fair, 2021 through 2025. He has yet to win tonight. So a winning streak on the line for Wyatt. Will this be the race where he keeps it going? We're about to find out. Here they come. They are off and pacing. There goes San Antonio Storm out for the lead. Fox Valley Mai Tai will go second as they head into the first turn. Super Sage is away racing in third. And Illini Deceptive last to the 4. And Fox Valley Mai Tai is off stride. Fox Valley Mai Tai has made a break midway on the first turn. And that is the filly that we talked about that had won 3 of her last 4 starts. So that means San Antonio Storm has the lead by a length and a half. Super Sage is pacing well to close the gap in second. Likewise, Illini Deceptive comes racing up a closer third, and Fox Valley Mai Tai is 4th, racing a dozen lengths off the lead. 31-3 for the opening quarter, 31-3 fifth seconds. They swing down the far side of the course after 3/8 of a mile. San Antonio Storm is the leader by a length and a half. Super Sage goes second by 2 lengths. Illini Deceptive third, then a gap of 3 more lengths. Fox Valley Mai Tai, if you picked her and pick a winner, don't throw in the towel just yet. She has caught the front 3. She's right back in contention, halfway home, and here comes Illini Deceptive from the number 3 spot. 103-1 for the first half mile, 103-1. So Illini Deceptive is going to move from third, and Fox Valley Mai Tai will follow her lead in that outside lane. In the meantime, San Antonio Storm is still the leader, has the lead by a length. Super Sage is second by a head. There's Illini Deceptive now up to take second, and and draws within a half length or so of the lead. There's a quarter mile to go, and Fox Valley Mai Tai, she may have to go 3 wide. 4 fillies separated by less than 3 lengths as they head on to the final turn. 1:35.1 the time with the 3/4. 1:35.1. San Antonio Storm with Super Sage coming at her. Those two now go at it for the lead as Fox Valley Mai Tai is racing along in the 3rd position. Illini Deceptive toward her outside. In deep stretch, San Antonio Storm still has the lead. Super Sage still trying, but still second at the wire. It is San Antonio Storm who opens back up in the closing strides, and she won it by a length and a half. Super Sage was home second, then it was Illini Deceptive in 3rd, and Fox Valley Mai Tai was 4th. 2:05 flat. The time for the mile, 2:05 flat. We'll meet the winner in just a moment. Race 9 is on the way. Scratch number 3, Gothic Thunder. Heads up, pick a winner, players, in the 9th race. Remember, scratch number 3, Gothic Thunder. Pick a winner draw. Laney Bogue is the winner. Laney Bogue to win Bishop's Bling It On Amanda Watson Illini shirt, First Farmers Bank bag. Congratulations, Laney. Pick up your prize of the tent just south of the grandstand. How about a hand for the winner of race 8, number 3, San Antonio Storm. Our thanks to everyone at Deep Holtz Auto. Visit them on Facebook. Full line of new and used vehicles, and always a faithful sponsor at the Edgar County Fair. Our Queen and Little Miss move in trackside, Queen Brianna Reese of Hume, and our Little Miss Ari Groover of Paris. The winner, San Antonio Storm, wins for the 2nd time this season, owned and bred by George Pollock of Rushville, a member of the Schuyler County Fair Board of Directors since 1970 and a former Illinois County Fair Person of the Year. Cole Prather is the trainer, and Connor Prather is the winning driver. So 2 wins tonight for the brothers Prather on this card. Captain Trevor, the sire of this filly, congratulations to the Connections. So San Antonio Storm, bred also, by the way, by Kay Bartlow, will take the Deep Holtz Auto blanket here in the 8th race. We'll have the full field rundown coming up for you in just a moment. And a reminder, pick a winner, players, as we look ahead to the 9th race. There is a scratch. A reminder, scratch in the upcoming race. A reminder, pick a winner, players. You will want to be sure to have the scratch of number 3, Gothic Thunder. Gothic Thunder is scratched. Full field rundown for race 8 coming up.
Well, Lisa knew something we didn't know on that race.
Apparently
David.
so.
She's zoomed up to the top of the pack now.
Jumps right by everybody. It's a close race today. It's fun. As long as we're all within about 80 points of each other, it can change at any given time.
Absolutely. And that's the fun of horse racing. There are so many variables with that. I watched a thoroughbred race yesterday.
Saratoga?
Yeah.
Yep.
And did you watch the one where the horse broke out of the gate?
No, but they race harness there too.
Incidentally, there was a judge's inquiry into the move into the first turn after the start of the race for possible interference, but after reviewing the events of that race, and keep in mind, we do have harness tube here this evening, which means that the judge does have replay available at his disposal. Judge has ruled that there will be no change in the result The result will stand as is. For the 8th race, Super Sage was the runner-up. Fox Valley Mai Tai finished 4th. San Antonio Storm the winner. Illini Deceptive finished 3. They got the quarter in 31 and 3/5 seconds. They got the half in 103 and 1. 3 quarters, 135 and a fifth. And the time for the mile, 2:05 flat. Reads down 2:4-1-3. Race 9 on the way.
Well, David, Elisa did really well on that. That was a good fought race, but we were talking, but we both watched a little bit of the Saratoga Thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
Yesterday, saw a horse just really spirited bust out of the gate, and they had to get it settled back down, put it back in the gate. It came out strong. It was ready to run.
Those thoroughbreds are so high-strung. You know, they half the battle with them is just trying to keep them from hurting themselves. It seems like, but no, it's definitely crazy. They're bred for that edge, you know, that excitement, and it's kind of crazy to watch, you know, kind of how those handlers and pony horses all kind of have to take care of the whole situation, really.
Yeah, it's a group effort to get those horses onto the track,
oh yeah,
into the stall, and then even afterwards keeping them settled down.
Yeah, it takes a whole village to race thoroughbreds for sure. It's not just, you know, out here we have a starting gate, everyone kind of files in behind it, but they have, 10 guys on the track for every 3 horses or something,
I
it
would
seems
say,
like?
yeah.
But yeah.
The other thing I'll tell you, we did a family gathering on Saturday.
Well, I was just going to say, we have one of our new sponsors on the screen, and how appropriate that she's selling a half-brother to Conager, who's in this race. I just happened to see the same name both places.
Okay.
So anyway, go ahead, sorry.
But one of my cousin's daughters that lives down in the St. Louis area actually has owned a couple thoroughbreds.
Really?
It's a female group that is into thoroughbreds down there, and she goes to Fairmont quite a bit. And we were talking the other day, Fairmont used to do harness,
Yep,
didn't they?
until about 95, I'll say 93, 95, somewhere in there, maybe 97 or 8. But, yeah, they do a good job down there at Fairmont, the new organization that runs it. You know, I think they have like dollar beer nights or dollar hot dog nights, and they kind of pack the apron and get the fans out to the track. And it's a good thing to see people there in person, which definitely helps, you know, spend money on the track, which helps keep the horse racing business up and going.
Well, I'd like to throw this out there. They did it up to 96. So the new owners are, you know, sounds like provocative.
I don't
kind
think
of
they have
people.
a whole lot of interest in standardbreds as a problem, though. They've testified in some IRB meetings, and they don't really they haven't expressed much interest that I've heard.
Opportunity, though. There's
They
no
already
other
have
harness racing in the community, and they just got more thoroughbreds probably.
Yeah, but I mean, most times it seems like they want to race as much as they can, but
55% of the purse will go to the winner here. 55% to the winner, 25% for second, 12% to third, and 8% of the purse to the fourth place finisher. A purse of just over $2,600 in a race that looks to be a very competitive event as things shape up, at least on paper. We'll see how it plays out on the racetrack. Our thanks to Longview Bank and Trust. They are the blanket sponsor for ninth race, and the pick a winner prize will be Horizon Health Stadium seat. So a lot of good things going on here as we get ready for race 9. That 8th race winner, San Antonio Storm, talked about owner George Pollock and how he has served on the Schuyler County Fair Board of Directors at Rushville since 1970. Good friend of our own Mary Lou Wright. They have had a friendship stretching back for many, many years. So I know that no doubt, even though George wasn't able to be here at the fair this evening, my guess is he was probably watching the live stream courtesy of our friends at Harness Tube. And a very, very special moment for George winning a race at the Edgar County Fair where his good friend Mary Lou Wright is both speed superintendent and fair president.
David, 4 horses in this race with Gothic Thunder being scratched. The number 3 horse, and nobody picked the number 3. We've got a split here. Lane and David pick Smoking Them Some Stars. Lisa and I went with Incredible Stevie in this race. And I think Kurt Becker, when he put his winners online, I think that's when he picked.
Stevie off that fast mile.
Race 9, the ISA 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, scratch number 3, Gothic Thunder. Wyatt Avenatti still looking for his first win on the card, and again, he's got the longest active annual winning streak among all drivers at the Edgar County Fair, as his current win streak at least 1 win each year at the Edgar County Fair from 2021 through 2025. He's got a pretty good horse here with Smoking Them Some Stars, but it's quite a lineup. Incredible Stevie, fresh off that all-time ISA record mile at Petersburg, 155-2. That was last Thursday. Jazz Party, a winner this year at the Marshall Putnam Fair. That was a week ago yesterday. And Conager has won 2 of his last 3 starts. Let's meet the field. Number 1, Incredible Stevie, with that big effort on Thursday, owned by Larry Plank of Tuscola. Larry is the trainer and Freddie Patton Jr. the driver. 2 is Smoking Them Some Stars, owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur, trained by Kevin Miller, the driver, Wyatt Avenatti. Number 3 is Scratched. The 4 is Jazz Party, owned by Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Marquesta McAllister of Garrison, Texas, Walt Holmes of Madison, Mississippi, trained and driven by Jamaica Patton. Number 5, Conager, owned by Jim Walden of Lincoln, trained by Cole Prather, and the driver is Connor Prather. Number 1, Incredible Stevie, just changed hands a week ago today when breeder Nan Turner sold that pacer to Larry Plank for an undisclosed sum. And Nan told us, she said it was not an easy decision. She bred and raised that horse. She knew Incredible Stevie literally from the day he was born. And she said it was not an easy decision to make. But you know what she did do was she came out to congratulate Larry trackside at the Menard County Fair at Petersburg. And trainer John Fletcher, who developed Incredible Stevie, raced him last season, along with Mike Rogers, who started the horse, and then John Fletcher took over and raced him through the rest of his 2-year-old year, and early this year. John Fletcher was not trackside for that photo because he was back in the stable area helping cool out one of Larry Plank's other horses. So it was a great display of sportsmanship by both Nan Turner and John Fletcher. And as they told us, we wish Larry nothing but the best. Top of the stretch, here they come for race number 9. Will Incredible Stevie win again? Will Wyatt Avenatti keep his annual win streak going? We're about to find out. Here they come. They are off and pacing, and there goes Incredible Stevie right out for the early lead. Smoking Them Some Stars comes away second. Jazz Party is away third, stays toward the outside, and Conager is fourth for the move down into the first turn. They race toward the quarter-mile mark. Incredible Stevie, always very alert at the start. Same case tonight. He opens up by 5 lengths up the backstretch. Smoking Them Some Stars will go second by 3.5. Jazz Party is racing along in third, and Conager is last of the 4. 5 lengths front to back as they go single file past the quarter-mile mark. 30 seconds flat for the opening quarter. 30 seconds flat. Incredible Stevie shows the way for Freddie Patton Jr., who looks for his second victory of the evening as he sits on the race bike in the green and white colors just waiting for a challenge. He knows it'll be coming, but the question is when. Smoking Them Some Stars, who has beaten Incredible Stevie a couple of times this season, is still there in second. Stevie got the better of him on Thursday last week. Will Smoking Them Some Stars be able to turn the tables back and get a win? We're less than a half mile from finding out. A minute for the first half mile, a minute flat. We're all going to find out together because they're racing on toward the backstretch, and Incredible Stevie is open back up on a 3-length lead. Smoking Them Some Stars goes second, and Jazz Party and Coniger, who takes to the outside. He's moving fast from fourth to third. He's still 5 lengths from the front. They're at the midpoint of the backstretch, and Incredible Stevie still the leader. Smoking Them Some Stars 2 lengths away from the leader past the 3/4 mile mark. Coniger third. 1:30 flat, the time with the 3/4, 1:30 flat. They swing down the north side of the course. Incredible Stevie is under a challenge from Coniger, and Coniger comes at the leader as they turn for home. Smoking Them Some Stars is third. Coniger, the danger here to the outside of Incredible Stevie. Smoking Them Some Stars is third on the grandstand side. Stevie's got the lead in deep stretch. Coniger, a final try. This will be close. And it is Incredible Stevie hanging on by a diminishing head. Coniger gave it a good try, but was second. Further back, it was Smoking Them Some Stars in third. And further back still, Jazz Party was fourth. 2 minutes and 1/5 of a second. 2 minutes and 1/5 of a second. We'll confirm the result with our photo finish technician, Jessica Bruner, in just a moment. But again, it looked like Incredible Stevie hung on by a diminishing margin of a long nose or a head under the wire.
Wow, tight race there.
Yeah, how about that?
And you know what, David? We have seen good racing this year.
Absolutely.
I am really excited about the racing that's happened. We're seeing, because of the consequences of where racing is, I think we're seeing some different horses.
And our photo technician Jessica Bruner has confirmed that indeed number 1 Incredible Stevie hangs on for the victory here in race number 9. The winner will be coming back in just a moment. That'll be a driving double for Freddie Patton Jr. on the evening. Larry Plank, the owner-trainer from Tuscola, and again Nan Turner, the breeder of Incredible Stevie, who has won for the 3rd straight time, 12th time in his career, and 5th time in 2026. And again, this will be the Longview Bank and Trust blanket. Visit them at longviewbt.com. Locations, of course, in Chrisman, Georgetown, Paris, Marshall, Danville. We appreciate their continued support of the Edgar County Fair and its racing program.
Yeah, you mentioned the racing's been good. I think with limited opportunities to compete for money, for your horses to actually earn an income, everyone's out here kind of going, all out. There's no reason to leave anything on the table. Drivers and trainers are kind of given their go-ahead to go ahead and try to get as much money as you can while you can get it, So it's definitely...
And the result is now official for race 9. Incredible Stevie, the official winner. We just checked with Jessica Bruner, and she tells us, she said, actually, the official margin of victory was a 1/4 length. And from our perspective on the infield, we were pretty sure that Incredible Stevie hung on, but we thought maybe by a head or so, but it was actually a 1/4 length, the margin, so room to spare. There's John Fletcher. Hello, John. We talked about the fact that John is the trainer that played a key role in developing Incredible Stevie, raced him to a lot of wins last year, took over after Mike Rogers started with the colt, and then continued, John did, to race this horse early in the 2026 season. But again, it's always a tough thing when a horse leaves your barn, and that's one of the realities of the game. Sometimes when a client has a horse and has a chance to sell the horse, it's tough to see them go. But wonderful display of sportsmanship. John, we appreciate seeing you here tonight. And we know this horse has meant a lot to you and to Nan. And he nods his head and he says, oh yeah. Folks, how about a hand for Incredible Stevie? So Incredible Stevie lives up to the billing, 3rd consecutive win. 1:55.2 on Thursday for the fastest ISA mile of all time, and that was up at the Menard County Fair at Petersburg. 2 minutes and a fifth for the fastest mile so far here on this evening's card. Freddie Patton Jr. joined by daughter Cy, trackside. Cy, recent high school graduate, and now spending her summer here with Dad on the Illinois Fair Circuit. So Cy, welcome to Illinois. Good to have you with us. It's always fun to be in the winner's circle. Well done. And Freddie Patton Jr. unhitches the race bike. And Incredible Stevie gets ready to make the journey back over to the backstretch barn area to that newly christened Mary Lou Wright barn. There he goes, one of the top horses on the Illinois Fair Circuit right now, Incredible Stevie. That winning pacer, a 3-year-old gelded son of Stevensville. We asked Larry Plank why he bought that horse and why he was so determined he wanted that horse, given the reality that right now times are challenging in Illinois harness racing. And we talked about the fact that there's no getting around the fact the future is uncertain in this state for this sport right now, with the difficulties encountered by Hawthorne Racecourse, which was the last pari-mutuel track racing harness horses in the state. So we asked Larry, why? Why now? Why would you have gone to Nan Turner and said, Nan, I really want to buy that horse? And he said it was simple. He said that years ago he drove that colt's mother, the first dam, Incredible Filly. He said, Nan had me drive that horse a few times on the fair circuit, and he said, I can remember she was a really good filly with a lot of desire and a lot of determination. And he said, when I watched Incredible Stevie, I saw a lot of his mother in him. I saw the same look in his eye. I saw the same heart. I saw the same determination. He wants to go out there and win races. So he said, I just couldn't resist. I really wanted that horse. And it has worked out well for all. Here's the full field rundown for that 9th race. Incredible Stevie was the winner. Smokin' Them Some Stars 3. Gothic Thunder was scratched. Jazz Party 4th. Conager gave it a good effort. Came up just a quarter length shy at the finish and was runner-up. It was 30 at the quarter, it was a minute at the half, 3/4 and 1:30 flat, and the mile 2 minutes and a fifth. Reads down 1-3 scratch, 4-2. We'll play Pick a Winner next.
Okay, David. Lisa with that pumps out to the lead. I did pretty well on that. She did well enough to stay in the lead. I think I got 80 close to. Did I get 87 on that last one?
I did have to look. I don't know.
But she got 70 points. Stays up there with 475 in first. I'm in second. Lane Avanetti is in third, and David is back in fourth place, but still within 109 points. So, and we've got plenty of racing.
I was trying to get that driver change why it's on both horses, and I don't have I'm guessing we're probably going to get Doug maybe on the 4, but we'll see what happens with that.
Okay. I'm sorry I had that down too much for you. But that's what's going on there. Let's talk about some of the other things going on as far as harness tube is concerned. There we go. There's the talk things, and I'll take that down. Again, from the backstretch. We haven't had as much this year as we had last year. Last year was a really big year for this. People sending us pictures. We know. Hey, send us a picture. JJ, let's see, he's in New York, or is he
upstate New York? Yeah.
Yeah, send us some pictures.
No, JJ's in Ohio.
Ohio.
Fatman's in New York. Sorry, yeah, backwards.
Both of you, send us some pictures from the barn there.
Absolutely.
Up close and personal. Show us some pictures with you and the horses. We miss seeing you guys this summer with the things that have changed.
We haven't done a lot on our end. Make sure we're getting those up, but we do appreciate them. Keep them coming. We'll get them up as soon as we can. Sometimes we get a little crazy over here, but yeah, go ahead and keep those coming in. We'll get it sent up. If not tonight, we'll go put up the next broadcast for sure.
Absolutely. You can contact us at harnestube@gmail.com. Check out the website. Check us out on Facebook. You can contact us through that at HarnessTube. Or you can text David 312-772-5122. That's 312-772-5122. You can tell I spent way too many years in radio. The fact that I had to
phone numbers.
That. So, yeah,
old habits die hard.
Absolutely. You can advertise with us for 30 seconds. You can be a broadcast sponsor. You get web exposure with all of that. You can make donations to keep things on the air. We'd love to have you on board with that. And again, tomorrow night, 5 p.m., 13 races on the card in Carmi. First time there.
Yes.
So we're going to get there early tomorrow. Hopefully we can get the starter car going tomorrow better and know what we need to do with this particular car. And also, Dave and I are going to be in the stands with Lisa tomorrow, so Lisa will be on the air some with us tomorrow.
Yep, we should have everyone hardwired in and should all be communicating. Everyone should be on the broadcast.
And I think she doesn't like us up there sometimes because people don't come over and talk as much. They come up and talk with her all the time, hand her checks for donations or tell her they want to be a sponsor, or just talk with us. I walk through the stands, even with all the trouble. I got a Yay harness tube as I went down the aisle. I hope I looked like I was excited about getting that. I hope in the midst of all that. But at Carmike, then, like I say, the week is not done. We'll be in Lewistown, 8 races at 1 p.m. on Thursday. Then 2 full weeks, Charleston, Urbana, Charleston, day off, Charleston.
Correct.
The next week, Lincoln, travel day, Altamont, Wednesday, Altamont, Marshall, Thursday, Altamont. Then we take Friday off, and we do Brown County on Saturday, Sunday. And that's going to be the end of the year for us, and that will give us 30 different things going on. And again, that's saying not that we're done for the year because we don't know what else might get thrown at us as far as
you have the 3-year-old, what was it, the 3-year-old, 2-year-old Cardinal and Violet. That's what we haven't done yet, right?
Yeah, when is that? Do we know?
Oh, Matt. September something, I think.
Driver Matt Avenatti. Robinson Accounting, the blanket sponsor for Race 10, First Division of the Open Trot, for a purse of $1,500. As far as the Pick a Winner prize for Race 10, Beck's Bag, shirt, and popcorn. Let's meet the starters. Number 1, Luz Amazon, owned by Flacco Family Farms of Alexis. Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco. Rick and Tabby Flacco, trained by Steve Searle. Jordan Patton is up. 2, Luz Avalon, owned by the Flacco Family Farms, trained by Steve Searle. Wyatt Avenatti will drive. 3, One Trip Chip, owned by Ron Phillips of Athen, Sherry Boldovich of Platteville, Colorado, and Judge Lyle Lipe of Springfield, Illinois. A gentleman with a towering reputation in the legal profession. You hear it all the time from folks in the horse business who have a background as attorneys and such. Immense respect for Judge Lyle Lipe. Jamaica Patton, the trainer and the driver. Number 4, Noble Prize, owned and trained by Doug Graham of Springfield. Matt Avenatti will drive. And the 5 is TVS Cosmac, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Daniels of Springfield, co-owned by David Williams out of Byram, Mississippi. Open Trot, no restrictions as far as age is concerned, as far as purse earnings is concerned, as far as race record is concerned, as far as state bred status is concerned. Everything up till now has been for Illinois conceived and foaled horses. Race 10, the Open, all of those restrictions have been dropped. You do have Illinois conceived and foaled horses in every case except one, the 4-horse Noble Prize, Ontario sired. But Cadabra, the sire of the 4, he has stood his stallion career in Canada, but he himself, yes, was Illinois bred, and a good one. That's right. He was a son of Primrose Lane, took a record around 151 and a fraction with earnings of over $1 million. Once he was done racing in Illinois, he went to the national level and then went to stud in Canada. Here they come, race 10. Good to have you with us on a Monday night at the fair. Cy Patton, you take good care of that blanket now. You've had some good trips to the winner's circle. Well done. They are off and trotting. And there goes One Trip Chip out for the early lead. Luz Avalon comes away in second. TVS Cosmac is third up on the outside. And then Luz Amazon is back toward the inside as they go around that first turn. One Trip Chip comes away with the lead. Luz Avalon is racing in the second position, but now is off stride. Luz Avalon just broke stride. TVS Cosmac moves up into the second position as they head up the back straightaway and race on toward the quarter. Luz Amazon with Jordan Patton is racing in third. Noble Prize with Matt Avenatti is fourth. And Luz Avalon with Wyatt Avenatti, the distant trailer, after breaking stride on that south turn. They head up toward the north end of the course. 33 and 3 the time for the opening quarter. 33 and 3/5 seconds. It is One Trip Chip who is the leader by a length and a half. TVS Cosmac goes second by 5 lengths back to Luz Amazon in third, and the Noble Prize is in fourth, and Luz Avalon, the 2-horse, is the distant trailer. Halfway home in this 10th race, the Robinson Accounting race here at the Edgar County Fair. It is One Trip Chip, the leader, by a length. 106 flat for the first half mile, 106 flat. One Trip Chip leading TVS Cosmac back into the south end of the course, past the Carnival and over toward the backstretch. Luz Amazon just broke stride as they race off the turn. That will allow Noble Prize to improve by 1 position from fourth into third, but still a half dozen lengths off the lead. Midpoint of the backstretch, now the tempo quickens, and it is One Trip Chip. It's been a controlled pace so far. Now they start stepping a little quicker up front, and One Trip Chip is the leader, and TVS Cosmac is pushing the issue just a length and a half off the lead as they swing on to the final turn and race toward the top of the stretch. 1:38 and 2 the time at the 3/4, 1:38 and 2. Here comes TVS Cosmac drawing right alongside of One Trip Chip. They are stride for stride coming through the stretch. 5 more lengths. Noble Prize is third. TVS Cosmac just rolls on by and wins it. TVS Cosmac with a nice move off the final turn wins it and opens up in the final 16th and won it by some 5 lengths for Jerome Daniels. 9 and 4, they say. Thank you, Diane. 209 and 4. 209 and 4/5 of a second. TVS Cosmac, your winner.
Another good race as we get going here. And I guess my oddness paid off because I got more points than anybody else.
Sometimes it does happen.
Yeah. The only thing is I could have had Cosmac up one more spot sooner. Yeah, that would have been good. But as you can see, things change. I know this isn't going to hold up, but I'm in first place. I can't believe that. Lisa's in second. Lane is in third. David.
TVS Cosmac came into tonight's card winless in 5 prior starts this year, but gets to the winner's circle, made a nifty move turning for home, and opened up and won it convincingly. First win for this trotter since around Labor Day weekend of last year. Congratulations to co-owner, trainer-driver Jerome Daniels of Springfield and co-owner David Williams of Byron, Mississippi. How about a hand for TVS Cosmac? There's the Robinson Accounting blanket, located here in Paris. Visit them online, robinsonaccounting.com, family owned and operated for well over 3 decades. And again, another of our annual sponsors here at the Edgar County Fair for harness racing. And look, I tell you, Brenda Watts has been helping in the winter circle. Cy Patton's getting a workout tonight, isn't she? Yeah, she nods her head and says, yes, that's a lot of blankets that she's been down there picking up, and why not? And makes for a fun evening at the fair. And Brenda Watson, a heads up. Brenda's no stranger to this game. She has owned horses. Her family's been deeply involved in the sport. Brenda just reported that when One Trip Chip came across the finish line with Jamaica Patton, 2 flat tires. So that will be noted on the chart. Broken equipment is how that will be noted, the BE designation. Number 3, One Trip Chip, 2 flat tires, and still managed a runner-up finish. So appreciate Brenda. That was a good heads up that she just relayed to our officials here in the infield judges stand. Well, given the fact that TVS Cosmac hadn't won since around the 1st of September last year, we thought we might be drawing names for a while and pick a winner, but we've already found the name of our pick a winner champion for race number 10.
David, we can talk for a minute about...
And that'll be Blake Bauslog. Blake Bauslog, you have won in the Pick a Winner drawing. That is the Beck's Bag shirt and popcorn. You may claim those prizes at the tent located at the Turn 1 end just south of the grandstand. Well, here's the full field rundown. It's official for that 10th race. From the top, Lou's Amazon finished 4th. Lou's Avalon 5, One Trip Chip the runner-up, Noble Prize 3rd, TVS Cosmac was the winner. 33-3 at the quarter, 106 at the half, 138-2 at the 3/4, and the time for the mile 2:09.4. It reads down 4:52.31. The winning trotter by Strong Hope out of Tia Maria Cosmos by SJ's Photo, bred by Marlon Gengerick. 11th career win for TVS Cosmac. Race 11 of our 13 is on the way.
Well, David, as we get ready for race 11, talk to us a little bit because you've been a driver and trainer. 2 flat tires. What does that feel like in the cart? Does it just feel like things just come to a stop?
Oh, it's like throwing a brake on those tires. Absolutely. You know, those tires aren't very off-road friendly, and so any kind of deep dirt or mud or grass or flat tire, it's like putting a brake on that side. And if Jamaica had both, it's like throwing both brakes on that bike. It's amazing that One Trip Chip didn't get exhausted out there pulling a heavier bike.
Well, these are more like what I would call bicycle tires.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they are.
And so if you're looking at like a 13-inch bicycle, something like that, a little bit bigger maybe. But let's talk about it.
26, but yeah, 28.
Is that big?
Our tires used to run 26 and 28, I think.
So it'd be a full-size
tires.
bike.
Yeah.
So you're going to run.
That's before the new wheels. These new ones are all fancy and whatnot. But we used to just run motorcycle tires and bicycle tires.
Okay. So in those tires, as I remember, it could be anywhere from 60 to about 100 pounds in a bicycle tire. So
I think we ran about 40, maybe 45, 50 in the old bicycle tires. These new ones. Those lower profile wheels and tires that go on these new bikes, they run, I think, 85, 100, somewhere in there. I'm not positive, but I've never had one of those new bikes. I'm not fancy enough. But
so it's not fancy like NASCAR. You're not running like nitrogen in those tires, right?
No, nope, nothing like that. But got a quick message here from Barry Bell watching down in Windsor. He said the last day at Fairmont was December 31st, 1999. He said his stable raced 20 head there and sold half of them on the backstretch.
Wow.
Started racing at Maywood after that. So appreciate Barry tuning in. That would be Matt Abnetti's father-in-law. Barry's been in the business a long time, and we appreciate him tuning in and giving us all the good information. He goes to Fairmont sometimes, so he knows very well. And he also said that we'll have a good view at Carmi. So excited to go over to Carmi. Barry said that's the longest home stretch in all the fairs tomorrow at Carmi.
Oh, really?
So that'll be fun to see coming off that last turn. There'll be a lot of jockeying for position as we turn for home.
Now, and I got to thinking about shapes of tracks. Everybody thinks they're exactly alike.
No.
Some of them have big turns, some of them have small turns. In fact, I'd almost call Life Turns Jordan Patton. Sorry about that,
race.
David.
Nope.
I would call Charleston the Talladega of harness race tracks because
Absolutely.
it's really
It cuts that corner.
more of an egg than it is a paperclip.
The road there cuts into the fairgrounds, and they couldn't make it a full oval, so I think we have a post parade coming up.
Swag Cup DQ treat. So a nice lineup of prizes for Pick a Winner here in race 11. Post parade will start to form up over at the north end of the track. Yeah, when it comes to harness racing drivers, some of us feel like if we've never sat in that race bike, we've got zero business critiquing those who do. We've always said we have a nice panoramic view as race fans of the whole race. We don't know how the race looks from the perspective of the person sitting in that bike. And it just goes to show some nights can be pretty difficult for a variety of reasons. And Wyatt Avenatti, he doesn't have a mount in race 11, but he does have a mount in race 12 and in race 13. So he will get 2 more bites at the apple to see if he can keep that annual win streak alive here at his home fair in Edgar County. Right now, let's meet the starters for the 11th race, again brought to you by Pilson's Auto Center. Number 1, Lou's Night Vision, owned by Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, trained by Steve Searle. The driver is Jordan Patton. Number 2 is Lou Beduino, owned by the Flacco Family Farms, trained by Jill Brown. Chris Brown in the bike. 3, Frontier Maynard is owned by Kelly Avenatti, Katie Bell, and Tony Bell, trained and driven by Matt Avenatti. And number 4, Dooleyville Lou is owned by Randall Dooley of Hidalgo, trained by Harold Finn, and the driver is Harold Finn Jr. Frontier Maynard, how about that 10-year-old trotter with Matt Avenatti in the race bike? That is a horse. He had retired from racing. He spent about 2.5 years away from the track, and then here he came back earlier this year. Right around the month of March, he came back to the races, and we talked to Kelly Avenatti, the co-owner, and she said, I looked out the window, it was right around the holidays, and she said Matt was on the road, he was racing, and she said he called home, and he said, how are things at home? And she said, I told him, well, I just looked out the window, and Dum Dum was on a full trot. And Dum Dum is Kelly's affectionate term for Frontier Maynard. And apparently a deer ran through the pasture and caught Frontier Maynard's attention. He took off. Kelly told Matt, she said he wasn't galloping, he wasn't running, he was on the trot. And Matt said, well, if he looked that good and if he looks like he wants to go back racing, let's give him a chance. And folks, you got to love the way they have managed this horse. They have given him some breaks along the way. They gave him about 3 weeks off from the races between purse starts from the Jasper County Fair to the Marshall Putnam Fair at Henry. He had another 3-week break earlier in the campaign. They have managed him carefully. They want him happy, and he is a happy horse. Here he comes, Frontier Maynard. Let's see if this 10-year-old can win at the Edgar County Fair. They are off and trotting. There goes Lou Beduino out for the early lead. Frontier Maynard comes away in second. Dooleyville Lou is away third. And Lou's Night Vision is fourth as they thunder down into the first turn. Again, the carnival lights and the rides in full swing down there just off the south turn of the racetrack in a classic county fair harness racing setting here at Edgar County. Lou Beduino guides the field off the first turn, up the backstretch, and leads it by 1.5 lengths. Frontier Maynard is right behind in second. Then a gap of 3.5 more lengths back to Dooleyville Lou in third, and 2.5 back of that one to Lou's Night Vision in fourth. Single file formation as they go on by that quarter-mile mark. The leader is Lou Beduino, 32-4. The time for the quarter, 32-4. Lou Beduino is the leader by just a length, and Frontier Maynard is right behind him, drafting in behind the leader after 3/8 of a mile. Then a gap of 4 more lengths to Dooleyville Lou in third, and Lou's Night Vision a similar margin back now, losing some ground in that fourth position. Halfway home in the Pilson's Auto Center race, it is Lou Beduino the leader, but the old man, as he is known sometimes around the barn, that is Frontier Maynard, 10 years of age, is making his move. 105-3 for the half, 105-3. Here comes Maynard. He's moving up on the outside. He's right alongside of Lou Beduino. They are stride for the lead. Dooleyville Lou is third, and Lou's Night Vision is fourth, racing 6 lengths from the front. They go to the 3/4, and Frontier Maynard has taken the lead. Frontier Maynard leads it by a length as they move on to the far turn. Lou Beduino second, a length and a half. Dooleyville Lou is third, and Lou's Night Vision last of the 4. Around the final turn, Frontier Maynard is the leader. 137-2 at the 3/4. 137-2. Folks, this is harness racing's version of a senior citizen, and he is loving life at the Edgar County Fair, still full of trot down the lane. Here he is, 10-year-old Frontier Maynard. And he drew off, and he won it by 6 lengths. Dooleyville Lou with a good effort, up in time to grab second. Lou Beduino third, and Lou's Night Vision was fourth. 2:08 flat was the time for the mile. 2:08 flat. Pilson's Auto Center race goes to one of the most popular horses this summer on the county fair circuit, the veteran campaigner, Frontier Maynard. We'll meet him in a moment. 12th race is next. Horseman, you may come to the track.
Well, I trifected on that. I'm holding my breath, David. I've got 2 more races to get through and people close to me out there. I've got 579, 545 for Lisa, so she's only 34 back. She's within striking distance. Lane, if he hits a trifecta and I totally blow it, can come up there. You're in 4th place back there. Having a tough night tonight.
Yeah, things aren't going my way, are they?
No. It's kind of like your tiredness walked in the door with you, with your picks. I don't know.
That's about right. Want to congratulate the winners of that 11th race. We were just talking to Barry in the Facebook chat, and now the connections of that horse will go ahead and win the 11th race.
Okay, hang on. I got to do something here.
All right, I'll go ahead and cover for you, but it's fine. Looking at race 11 here. I'm trying to get some of my stuff typed in over to make sure we have the graphics up for you. 2:08 flat for the mile. Frontier Maynard, the 10-year-old gelding by On-Bro Approach, gets his 4th lifetime win.
Frontier Maynard has raced here twice before
win of the year
in his career at the Edgar County Fair, including a win as a 3-year-old back in 2019. This might be a record for the longest time between wins at the Edgar County Fair. Folks, for the first time in 7 years, he's back in the winner's circle here at Paris, Frontier Maynard. Oh, and the Pilson's Auto Center blanket about to be presented down trackside. Horsemen will often say they let the horse tell them when they want to race, and that was the case here. This horse had been retired, but you know, they are bred to race. They know what they're bred to do. And Matt and Kelly said, you know, if he's feeling this good again, even though it's been 2.5 years, let's give him a shot if he wants to race. He is still full of himself. He is still full of energy. He's tossing his head. Kelly Avenetti standing at the head of this horse. She just had to brush some dust off herself as this horse is, I think he could go around again, folks. There he is, the 10-year-old Frontier Maynard. What a round of applause for that horse, both entering and exiting the winner's circle. Folks, the horsemen appreciate that so much. Edgar County gets excellent crowds and wonderful crowd support, and this is a crowd that knows and appreciates a good horse. And Frontier Maynard winning tonight for the 31st time in his career, owned by Kelly Avenatti and her sister Katie Bell, and co-owned by their mother, Tony Bell, with Matt Avenatti, the trainer-driver. Frontier Farms, the breeder of that 10-year-old gelded son of Armbro Approach. This is the first time in 3 years that a horse 10 years of age or older has won at the Edgar County Fair. There was a 10-year-old pacer. A 10-year-old pacer won here a few years ago in 2023 in the open pace. Full field rundown coming up. Pick a winner. Nyan Williams, you have won in the Pick a Winner draw, $20 Circle K gift card, the NAL Swag Cup, and the DQ Treat. Nyan Williams, you may get your prizes down at the tent south of the grandstand. Full field rundown is next.
Well, David, another exciting race because I think everybody's excited about that horse.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the fan favorites this year. It seems like it's a funny story. It's a family horse, and he's a grizzled veteran. Before that, he was turned out. He made over 100,000 lifetime, won on Night of Champions. He's a fast closing trotter and a lot of fun for the connections.
Yeah, and again, to prove that you cannot take the spirit.
Here's the full field rundown. It's official for race 11. From the top of the page, it was Lou's Night Vision finishing fourth. Lou Beduino was third. Frontier Maynard the winner, and Dooleyville Lou the runner-up. 32-4 at the quarter, 105-3 at the half. 3 quarters, 137-2 in the mile, and 208 flat. It reads down 4-3-1-2. In the upcoming 12th race, a reminder, Jordan Patton drives number 4, Life Turns. So, one of the remaining storylines here is Mr. Wyatt Avenatti. Folks, we've talked about it. So far, he's been shut out tonight. You know he would love to win one of these remaining 2 races. You know he would love to keep that annual win streak going at the Edgar County Fair. Maybe he needs a little encouragement. Folks in the grandstand, if you think Wyatt Avenatti can still pull a win out of the fire, let him hear it right now. Oh, yes. All right. Well, Wyatt is over on the backstretch getting ready to climb aboard the race bike. And, folks, maybe those cheers will encourage him. Don't give up hope. He's got 2 more chances here. First off, with a real faith here in race 12. Once again, our thanks to the folks at Pilsen Auto Center. They were the blanket sponsor in that 11th race this evening, and what a thrill. If you are I know our sponsors always enjoy and appreciate all of the horses regardless, but again, anytime there's a horse, when you get up into double digits with the age of a horse, in this case age 10, who cannot help but respect a horse that age who's still out there and feeling good and looking good and winning races? It's almost like it gives us all a sense of hope. And again, our thanks to everyone at Pilsen Auto Center, based in Charleston, and of course they've got a very large inventory. But like they tell us, the folks at Pilsen are like all of our sponsors. They say, you know, more than anything, we're just glad to support the Edgar County Fair. Thanks also to Prospect Bank, Robinson Accounting, Rural King, Seed Solutions, Stewart and Carroll, and Templeton among our family of sponsors for racing here at the fair. Race 12, the Pick a Winner prize, that will be an oil change, courtesy of our friends at the Diepholz Auto Center. So a Diepholz oil change for race 12 for Pick a Winner. Nutrien Ag will be the blanket sponsor for these final two events, the two divisions of the Open Pace.
All right, David, we can talk.
Sure.
Do some house cleaning here as far as that's concerned. But getting ready for racing tomorrow night in Carmi. Join us at 5 p.m. If you can, get out there. I understand it's a good place to watch a race, so we should have good pictures. But and the thing about it, it's been hot during the day, but it has cooled down, started to do that, what I call August cool down.
That summer
at
goes
night.
down, or the sun goes down, and it starts dropping temperature pretty quick. But not complaining, just stating facts over here. You know, is what it is.
It is. I mean, we got the polar opposites at Newton from last year. Last year it was this kind of weather, the 100-degree days, high humidity, like it was last week actually. And this year we couldn't have had any better, really, climate to be in Newton.
That 5.5, inches of rain blew through a few nights before, and a tornado somewhere in the area. But as far as the race day weather, it was gorgeous out, and we had, they turned the track over, got it drug up, and it was flying dust by the end of the night.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
That's the amazing thing, and it's been one of those years for rain. We've had spot rain all over. We had some rain that's affected, particularly racing that we've had at the state fairgrounds.
Yeah, it happens.
But if you look at the fields as you come across here, there is a big variant in the fields, and we know when we crossed over here earlier in the summer going to Martinsville, the big discrepancy in crops
for
as
sure.
you travel across
you can definitely
the state.
tell. Throw it back to Kurt for the 12th.
Horses are on the track for race 12, first division of the Open Pace for a purse of $1,500. No scratches. A reminder, the driver of the 4 Life Turns will be Jordan Patton. Again, Open Pace simply means there are no restrictions as far as state bred status, prior race record. If you're a pacer of racing age, generally you're talking age 2 through age 14. We realize USTA rules are a little more liberal on the older end of that age range, but for the most part, you're still talking horses age 2 through 14, generally as horses of mainstream racing age. Let's meet the starters. They gather up on the north end of the track. Number 1, A Real Faith, owned and trained by Doug Graham of Springfield. Wyatt Avenatti in the bike. 2 is Bing Bing Bing, owned by Phil and Sherry Cotton of Fairfield, trained by Philip Cotton. Matt Avenatti is in the bike. 3 is Rock On Big Star, owned by Jerry Blunt of Clinton, Mississippi, trained by Cole Prather, Connor Prather in the bike. And number 4, Life Turns, owned by Deb DeRoos of Charleston, Olivia Thaley of Charleston, and Jill Brown of Charleston. The trainer is Jill Brown, and the driver is Jordan Patton. Again, Nutrien Ag is the blanket sponsor for the final 2 races, and a Diepholz oil change up for grabs for the Pick a Winner prize here in race number 12. Harness Racing Circuit will move next to the White County Fair at Carmi. That'll be tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. That'll be down in southeastern Illinois at the White County Fair. Always good racing there as well. And of course here, the Edgar County Fair will continue. Coming up tomorrow, a reminder, Democrat Day and Family Day at the fair. Come out, have lunch, enjoy lots of free family activities tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then the Ag Olympics at 7 p.m. And our friends at K&S Southern Midways out of Eastaboga, Alabama, they will be having $1 carnival ride night. Big thanks again to our Queen and our Little Miss. They have been trackside helping with the blanket presentations all evening long. Again, our Queen is Brianna Reese of Hume, crowned last night. She is a political science major at Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, and our Little Miss from right here in Paris, Ari Groover. Getting ready to go here with race 12. Ladies, thank you again. Great job all night long. We've seen you down there not only presenting, but helping get the blankets unfolded and congratulating our winning connections. So well done, and enjoy the rest of the week, and thanks. We appreciate it very much. Race number 12 at the post, and the gate is rolling. Life Turns, fresh off a big win at Oak Grove in Kentucky on July 8, 154-3 on that 5/8 mile track. Bing, 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 a winner here as a 3-year-old a couple of years ago at the Edgar County Fair. She comes back after a month or so away from the races. Who will it be in race 12? We will all find out together. Here they come for the start. They are off and pacing, racing under the lights at the Edgar County Fair, and there goes Life Turns. Life Turns goes firing out for the early lead. Life Turns now has to back away. That was a heads-up move by Jordan Patton. Life Turns was carrying a lot of speed into the first turn, put in just a brief awkward step, so Jordan Patton took his foot off the gas pedal and let that pacer settle down into the second position right behind A Real Faith, who leads for Wyatt Avenatti. So Life Turns will go second past the quarter-mile mark by a length. Bing, Bing, Bing is third, and Rock On Big Star is fourth. 31 seconds, the time for the opening quarter, 31 seconds flat. They move down the north side of the course. A Real Faith is the leader on top here by just a length. Life Turns waiting in the second position by a length. Bing, Bing, Bing is still there in third by a length and a half, and Rock On Big Star is last of the four. Halfway home in race number 12, first division of the Nutrien Ag Open Pace, and here comes Bing, Bing, Bing. Moving up on the outside, less than a length off the lead. A Real Faith still leads it toward the inside, though. The Avenatti brothers go 1-2 as they head back to the south end of the track. 1:03.2 the time for the first half mile, 1:03.2. Life Turns is still third, still tucked away right behind the pace setter toward the inside, and Rock On Big Star is last of the four, 3 lengths off the lead. Midpoint of the backstretch, Life Turns is getting ready to make a move, and Life Turns now starts to angle to the far outside, a 3-wide move. Look out, here comes Life Turns up to challenge A Real Faith, and Bing, Bing, Bing for the lead. Rock On Big Star is racing in fourth off the 3/4. 1:35.1 the time, 1:35.1. This is amazing. They all have a shot. Every one of these horses has a chance. They turn for home. Bing, Bing, Bing has a short lead. A Real Faith to the inside. Life Turns to the outside. Rock On Big Star is fourth. Life Turns on the grandstand side. Life Turns. Yes, Life Turns gets up by a length on the line. It was Bing, Bing, Bing home second and neck over Rock On Big Star in third, and A Real Faith was across the wire in fourth. 2:05 flat was the time for the mile. 2:05 flat. What a horse race. All four were lined up across the track around the final turn to the top of the stretch. It was a hard-fought race, and Life Turns prevails for trainer Jill Brown and driver Jordan Patton. We'll meet the winner in a moment. We'll play Pick a Winner shortly, and horsemen, you may come to the track with race 13. Twelve races in the books. Matt Avenatti with 2 wins to lead all trainers. Nobody else on the training side of the ledger with more than 1 win tonight. Jill Brown picks up the win here. And on the driving side, you've got Matt Avenatti with 3 wins, Juan Franco with 2, Freddie Patton Jr. with 2 wins as well. Life Turns is an Illinois-bred 4-year-old gelded son of C'est La Vie, out of Turn on the Jets by Western Terror, owned by Deb DeRoos of Charleston, Olivia Thaley of Charleston, Jill Brown of Charleston, trained by Jill and driven by Jordan Patton, the winner bred by the Claude Gendreau Stable Incorporated of Illinois. Again, the time for the mile, 2:05 flat, 12th career win. This horse comes in off a blockbuster performance at the racetrack at Oak Grove in Kentucky, not too far from Nashville, Tennessee. And one always wonders, sometimes horsemen say a horse will take a bounce after a big race, meaning they don't always come back as sharp in the next start after an all-out effort. This horse came back just fine. Thank you very much. How about a hand for Life Turns? Again, our thanks to our friends at Nutrien Ag, the blanket sponsor for the 2 divisions of the Open Pace. To wrap up this card, the 2nd division still yet to come. Jordan Patton picks up the winning drive here this evening. Chris Brown called to the judges a couple of races back, and he said, I'd like Jordan to drive this horse. It turned out to be a good move. Congratulations to our winning connections here in race 12. Let's play Pick a Winner. Donna Weir, you have won in the Pick a Winner draw. That's the Diepholz oil change. Donna Weir, congratulations. You can claim that gift certificate for that oil change at the tent just south of the grandstand. Judge, are we official? Thank you, Judge Callahan. Here's the full field rundown for race 12. A Real Faith finished 4. Bing, 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 the runner-up. Rock On Big Star was 3rd. And Life Turns, the winner. 31 at the quarter, 103 and 2 at the half, 135 and 1 at the 3 quarters. The time for the mile, 2:05 flat, and it reads down 4:2:31. Well, the 13th and final race might be the most anticipated race in a long time at the Edgar County Fair, because it all comes down to this, folks. Wyatt Avenatti is down to his final opportunity to keep that win streak going. 2021 through 2025, he has won at least 1 race here at his home fair in Edgar County each of those years. That in and of itself is remarkable. So let's not diminish what Wyatt has already accomplished. But you know he would love to extend that streak for another year, and he is driving a horse that is coming off a big win in 154 at Oak Grove in Kentucky. No changes, no scratches, no driver changes in this 13th race as we get set to go. And stay with us, because afterward we'll be coming trackside. We've got several drawings for $100 apiece. We're going to recognize the oldest veteran in the stands as well. So thanks for being with us, and stay with us. More yet to come.
Wow, David. I said it off mic. That looked like NASCAR pack racing coming out of that last turn around there. You were talking, it was pretty tight racing. You didn't think they'd get 3, or it was kind of chancy there getting 3 wide on that.
Yeah, they definitely had to kind of pinch into that final turn, but you know what? That's kind of what makes or breaks these races, is who can get to that turn, get their foot in front first, and establish that position. And Jordan did a great job there, swinging around the outside and getting his horse fired up to clear the pack.
Well, he kind of like the NASCAR young kid that rode the wall a few years back, and there was a rule change after he did that.
You can't just
you can't use the wall as to hold you in place. I mean, he literally had his foot to the pedal and rode the outside wall, scraped it all the way to the finish line, and got kind of speed.
It works.
Hey, and Jordan got to the outside and got that. The poor guy that was behind all 3 of those horses, but that was probably the closest race as far as 1 through 4 that we've seen all summer.
Absolutely. You know what? I keep saying it again and again. Just because we have short fields doesn't mean we have bad racing. I mean, we are competitive. We're racing hard, and we're having close finishes out here.
Absolutely, and it's exciting stuff. And you can tell it in Kurt's voice, because Kurt doesn't get excited unless there's something to be excited about up there, and does a really good job with that. And so as we get ready for race 13, the final race, want to let you know, reminder again, we will be at Carmi tomorrow night, 5 p.m. post time. We'll try to be tomorrow night. We should have more time to be on the air at 4:30, so we can get through some things tomorrow evening. Hopefully,
I think Diane Boyer and I were just talking.
We can get the car camera up and get some things going tomorrow night. We'll all be in close proximity of each other, so looking forward to going to Carmi for the first time for the white.
Absolutely.
And so looking forward to that. We want to thank all of our sponsors and all of our advertisers and donors. Appreciate you doing that. That allows that to get there. Wyatt going for a streak here. Hasn't won a race tonight. When was the last time we said Wyatt Avenatti had not won a race tonight?
When he wasn't there at the fair, maybe.
That'd be the only time I can think of. The boy just does not.
No, he doesn't miss, does he?
And I call him a boy because he's young enough to be my son. But he just doesn't lose.
No, he doesn't. He does a great job.
And so that's good. I tell you what, I love the fact that Wyatt for the last couple of years has got a lot of the limelight, but Matt's sneaking in on some of that now, either with the stories about the horses and how he's doing with training. But he's had 3 wins tonight, and so if Big Brother which one's the oldest there? Matt's the oldest?
Yes. Yep. Well, Autumn, Matt, Wyatt, Lane.
Okay. So little brother, he'll have something to brag. Big Brother will have something to brag about the little brother at the end of tonight, even if Wyatt wins this race. But let's see, Matt's in this race too, so he could have 4 for the night.
Absolutely. So I was trying to look up. I was over here. Anyway.
All right.
That might have been a first win for Olivia Taylor. I was looking up her stats online, so we'll get Kurt post-parade, and I'll try to catch up with my data work.
Horses are on the track getting ready to parade to the post for our 13th and final race. And then we've got a lot of drawings coming up trackside, so be sure to stay with us. Post parade right now is forming up at the end of the back straightaway toward the north end of the course. No scratches, no driver changes. Horsemen, if you would be so kind as to return your saddle pad numbers to the area where you picked them up earlier, I know our racing office staff would appreciate that very, very much. Right now, field is moving over to the north turn, so let's go ahead and meet the starters for race 13. Number 1, I Understand, is owned and trained by Kevin Miller of Arthur. Wyatt Avenatti is in the bike. 2 Scrappy coming up, owned and trained by Leroy Hunt of Jackson, Tennessee. Milton Greer of Jackson, Tennessee also owns an interest in this horse with Matt Avenatti, the driver. 3 is Rogers Image, owned by Jill Brown of Charleston. She's also the trainer, owned as well by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, and Nathan White of Frederick, Maryland. The trainer is Jill Brown, and Jill is in the bike. Number 4, Dash Around, owned by Clark Fairley of Lerna. He's also the trainer driver, owned as well by Kay Fairley of Charleston, Liz Fairley of Lerna, as these 4 pacers get ready to head to the starting gate. They say that there's no tougher place to win a race than at home. And Wyatt Avenatti has won so much on this racetrack, he has already proven that adage wrong. You can win at home. And folks cheering as he goes by along with the other horses and drivers. Wyatt headed down toward the south end of the racetrack. It is all coming down to this final race to see if Wyatt can extend this winning streak from 5 consecutive years into a 6th consecutive year. Again, at least 1 race that he has won annually here, beginning with the 2021 edition of the Edgar County Fair. A reminder that they will go racing at the Illinois State Fair at Springfield. They will get underway there on Thursday, August 13. They race again on Friday, August 14, Saturday, August 15. Then they will take a break and come back on Wednesday, the 19th, and Thursday, the 20th, which will be the Illinois State Fair Colt Stakes Championship Day. So many of these same horses and drivers will be on the track and doing battle at the State Fair. That's always a great race meet. Right now, they are lining up over on the backstretch. Wyatt Avenatti, Matt Avenatti, Jill Brown, Clark Fairley. I Understand, Scrappy coming up, Rogers Image, and Dash Around. They are at the post, and the gate is rolling. Field is now in the hands of starter Stacy DeRoos. He will turn them loose in just a moment for the final race on our card. And after that point, it will be a little bit of ability on the horse's part, ability on the driver's part, and good old-fashioned racing luck, which invariably comes into play to see who does come away with the win in this final race here this evening. Our thanks once again to Nutrien Ag, our blanket sponsor. Prospect Bank Basket, $20 Fizz gift cards. That will be the Pick a Winner Award. Here they come for race 13. They are off and pacing, and Wyatt Avenatti says to I Understand, come on, let's go. Wyatt wants the lead, and he's got the lead as they head down into the first turn and race around the turn toward the backstretch. Scrappy coming up has come away in second position. Rogers Image is in third, and Dash Around is last of the four as they head off the first turn and move up the backstretch. And it will be I Understand to show the way. I Understand leads it by a length and a half as they go to the quarter. Scrappy coming up will get a good trip, drafting right behind the leader in second. Rogers Image in good position third, and likewise Dash Around is right there in fourth as they go by the quarter. 32 seconds flat as they move toward the north end of the course. So a 32-second opening quarter for these open class pacers, and that is a carefully measured first quarter by Wyatt Avenatti with I Understand, leading it by 2 lengths after 3/8 of a mile. Scrappy coming up goes second by 2. Rogers Image is third, a length and a half, and Dash Around fourth, but still right there. 1 lap to go, a half mile remaining, standing between Wyatt Avenatti and a continuation of his Edgar County Fair winning streak. They've got the lead, Wyatt and I Understand, off at opening half and 1:04 flat, continuing to lead the field, evenly rated quarters of 32 seconds apiece. I Understand is the leader after 5/8 of a mile. 3/8 of a mile to go, and I Understand is opening up, and he's opening up with every stride. The lead's out to 4, the lead's out to 5, a quarter mile to go. I Understand leads it. Scrappy coming up is second, a length and a half. Rogers Image is third, and Dash Around is last of the 4 as they head on to the final turn with I Understand the leader. 3/4, 134 flat. I Understand, a widening 8-length lead. Back to Rogers Image in second. They turn for home. Here it comes, folks. Wyatt Avenatti. He saved the best for last. He's going to get that win. The streak will continue. Wyatt Avenatti and I Understand winning it by 5 lengths on the line. It was close for second, either Scrappy coming up or Rogers Image for the runner-up spot, and then Dash Around finished in fourth.
Well, he got it, David.
Got it.
2:02 and 2/5 of a second, the time for the mile. 2:02 and 2/5. We'll meet the winner. We'll play Pick a Winner, and we'll have those cash drawings, the veterans to be recognized, a lot coming up, so sit tight.
Well, I tell you what, David, I don't think Wyatt was going to let
anybody else get by him?
Let anybody get by, particularly his brother. Didn't want his brother anywhere as close as hot as he is tonight as far as driving is concerned.
Absolutely. Wyatt had to protect that streak of his and did so in the last opportunity here in the 13th race. So congratulations to Wyatt and to Matt. Matt had a great night as well.
Well, you all had a good finish there. I didn't do well in that race, but you all did. Lane got 87 points.
Lane and I were 2 points apart going into the last race, and we varied on the place and show horse, and he beat me. I have to tip my hat to him. He got by me this time for sure.
Wait a second.
You guys smoked me.
I think I'm going to pull the whole Fred Stanford thing. Elizabeth, I think this is the big one.
Yeah, something.
I won tonight. I can't
By a
believe that.
pretty good
I can't
margin, too.
remember the last time that I won a night of racing. 6:59 for me to Lisa, 6:35
And
in
folks,
second.
more good news. We have
Lane
a
in
few
third.
prizes in the Pick a Winner prize category, a few extras. So we're going to draw a few names at random in addition to our Race 13 winner. So we'll have that to add to our lineup as well here this evening.
Well, you've got
This 13th race tonight is a reminder
You've got 3 wins on the season.
that horsemen
I've won
feel
3.
pressure no matter. It doesn't have to
That's
be
hard
a
for me.
$1 million race. It doesn't
Hard for me
have
to
to be an
believe.
event on national television.
on a card, I won
Sometimes
3
a
times.
horseman
I'll
feels
double
pressure
check.
because
Yeah,
he
I'll
wants to
double check the
win.
results
He
when I
wants
post
to
them.
win at home.
But, yeah, that's
he
what
wants
I have
to
over
win in
here.
front of the home
Wow.
crowd, especially
I'm surprised.
when it keeps an active
that.
winning streak
But, yeah,
going.
I'm really going the
Folks,
dumpster on.
we're just going to
When
step
you're not-
aside.
So where we-
Let Wyatt Avenatti know what you thought of that performance.
Big cheers for Wyatt as he is getting ready to come to the winner's circle. David, house cleaning things again,
Yes.
Carmine, tomorrow night, 5 p.m.
Yet the latest
Be there.
evidence of the tremendous race fans that we have here at the Edgar County Fair. 13 races, and here we are just after 8 o'clock local Central Time, and they have continued. You all have continued to cheer and cheer for someone, in this case, right from Edgar County and nearby Chrisman. A hug. Way to go, Wyatt. Comes the call from the stands. Trainer Kevin Miller, who's also the owner, stands at the head of this horse. Wyatt got a hug from our speed superintendent and fair president, Mary Lou Wright, as he entered the winner's circle. Thank you for everything. And there's the Nutrien Ag blanket down trackside being presented. 2021, and now we can say all the way through 2026 and counting. The annual win streak still alive and well for Wyatt Avenatti.
Let's call official.
Yeah, we'll wait for them to call it official, but a great night of racing. We look forward to seeing you. Any other cleanup things?
I tell you, the fan reactions this evening have just been fantastic. What a night of racing, and you, the racing fan, make it extra special for everyone involved. Well, here's the full field rundown. Then we're going to take care of our race 13 pick a winner and our extra winners as well. So for the 13th race, I understand is the winner. Scrappy coming up was the runner-up. Rogers Image third and Dash Around fourth. 32 at the quarter. 104 at the half. 3/4, 134, by the way. 3/4 and 134. The time for the mile, 2:02 and 2. Last quarter and 28 and 2. Again, the fractions, 32 at the quarter, 104 at the half, 134 at the 3/4, and the mile, 2:02 and 2. And it reads down 1, 2, 3, 4. In the pick-a-winner draw for the Prospect Bank Basket and $20 Fizz gift card.
All right, David, as we finish up here tonight, we'll see them in